Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, as you know, Steve, there's not much going on in New Mexico. It's probably the worst state of the entire country, really.
I think their motto is only losers come from here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Albuquerque, which, of course, is the most miserable city in the history of cities.
Wow.
Not only in the United States, but like other countries have said, we really don't want to be Albuquerque.
That's on their license plate. It says Albuquerque, ... Don't bother.
Yeah. Don't. And then it also says ... Dion sucks.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Their ranch is overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of dots in this.
There is a lot. It's a huge license plate, right? It goes over the entire bumper. It's weird.
Takes a long time to read. ...
Get out before they get you. ...
Is Danny still crying?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's and that's it.
Those don't know, Danny's from New Mexico.
Yeah. Is he?
You can't tell.
I forgot about that. I didn't. Is he from? Is that where?
I guess so. I just found that out. How about that?
Wow.
He's not from Washington.
No, he's not. No, he's not. It's the first thing you know when you meet Danny.
That is very
ouch.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all right. Hey, why are we even talking about this? Because we just wanted to make fun of Danny. Okay, have a great show, everybody.
Cool. Albuquerque rules.
Yeah.
That's not on their license plate.
That's not.
I don't think anyone's ever said that. But they are honoring their two most famous meth dealers. Sorry, Danny, you were the third most famous meth dealer. But, Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, of course, fictitious characters from the show Breaking Bad, which, if you want to feel old, it is more than a decade.
Oh my gosh.
Since they released the first episode of Breaking Bad, if you can believe that.
How bittersweet though. Like, you're like, okay, our city is now known for being the home place of like one of the biggest television shows of all time. Like, really, you could argue top 5 shows of all time. But it's also based on a bunch of meth heads.
Yeah, it is. And but they are. You know what though? They feel proud of these meth heads. The show's creator Vince Gilligan had bronze statues commissioned back in 2019, and he's now going to give them to the city.
Oh, like the Rocky statue in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's going to be Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
If I ever get you guys to go out to Albuquerque, which I'm not sure is ever going to happen,
there'd have to be a cool concert happening near it.
Well, fair enough.
We almost did the trip. Remember, we were going to go see. I think it was Rage Against the Machine in Texas,
in Las Cruces.
That too.
Yeah. But that being said, you fly into Albuquerque, but like I think you guys would be kind of like amazed at how much the city embraces Breaking Bad. Like it's everywhere.
I totally would.
It's insane how much. Like you would think that's what all that ever came from Albuquerque.
I feel like that really is all.
That's fair, true.
Honest,
but,
so they're going to have statues of the two characters. I think that's pretty awesome.
In the local convention center, they're going to unveil them July 29th.
So funny.
Are they going to be like which versions of the Breaking Bad character? Is Jesse going to be all tweaking out, like sitting in a corner, like in that weird house?
I really wanted to have audio. Welcome to Albuquerque's convention center. Bitch. I mean, I really want that.
Dude, that'd be awesome. It's like one of those Halloween things, like, when you walk by it, it goes, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like motion sensors.
Oh, that would be cool.
And it just says, bitch every time you walk by it.
Yeah, I would love that.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. They have the Breaking Bad tour, which is in the one of the RVs, I guess, that was in the show.
That's
I never
awesome.
saw the show. But it smokes out of the top, like if they're cooking blue meth as it drives around Albuquerque.
Wow. Do they have blue meth candy?
They do. Oh, yeah. Everywhere.
And
why haven't you seen the show?
I don't know. I watched it one time and I just didn't get into it.
wow, that's amazing because Danny doesn't really
Fair.
like TV. I mean, that's really what.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows where I think when you look at it on the whole, like the entire series, it's incredible. But there's some episodes where it's just like, okay, this is dragging along.
Well, it's a very slow moving. That and Better Call Saul, same thing, which is the spinoff. A very, very slow moving. And by the way, Saul just started the second half of their
But
season.
when it's good, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and the cool thing is we used to, when I worked in radio there when it was at its peak, like it hit its peak, like season 3, 4, it was when it was really kind of like taking off.
Oh, for sure.
And we had Bryan Cranston in studio all the time because they really embraced like how much they loved Albuquerque, and they would do like the celebrity like minor league baseball tournaments and everything. So we would have him in. I had no idea who he was.
Wow.
And
And from Malcolm in the Middle?
No, not. I mean,
He hasn't watched TV.
Yeah, and he was this bald guy with like the goatee, and I was just like, oh, I took a picture with him, and everyone was like, that's the coolest thing ever, and I was like, I don't know who he is.
Isn't that amazing when when that happens, where you're just taking a picture with somebody that you have no idea, and he happens to be or she happens to be like just massively famous,
It's a big deal to everybody, but
and you're
you.
just like, I don't know.
So are you going with the bald Heisenberg?
No.
Yes. For the statue?
I'll tell you what I want.
The silly hat?
No, Vicky knows.
I think I know what he wants.
Vicky knows what I want.
You want the whitey tighties.
The tidy whities. You got it.
Oh,
yeah. When he's making meth in his underwear. That's what
how
I
like the first
Yeah.
season episode
Yeah.
1 ends?
Yeah. I want that.
Oh, Danny just showing us a picture. There he is with Bryan Cranston.
Wow, look at you. All right, you made it sound like it was just you, but you had to take it with everybody.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Yeah, he wasn't going to take just a picture with
He's
you.
not going to take individual pictures.
He's
He's
like,
Bryan
yeah.
Cranston.
Who the hell's this kid? Who's this punk?
Yeah, the Bryan Cranston just in the underwear would be a pretty awesome statue.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So anyway, if you go to the Albuquerque Convention Center, which would be a stop, I would probably want to make it one of my stops just to be able to get a picture of the two statues. If you just like people want to go to the Rocky statue,
That in the house with the pizza. I know they put a fence up or something like that, didn't they? Because they got annoyed with everybody.
Please stop throwing pizzas on our roof.
we have to check that.
the worst, man.
Right?
Can you find that episode on YouTube to see if it was a Dion's Pizza? Because that would have been. I mean, I feel like since Dion's is so famous, that I wonder if they got
Are
a
they
Dion's
famous,
Pizza.
or are they famous because we have Danny on our show always talking about him, and then we?
Are they not famous in Albuquerque?
No, they're
then?
famous in Albuquerque.
Are you sure? Because
I'm
Steve's got a
positive.
point. Is it just because you are trying to make him famous?
Yeah, he hasn't even watched Breaking Bad. What does he know about his own
Probably
city?
one restaurant that we sent our listeners to that said, sure, it's okay, pizza. All right.
No, they said it was great. We say it's bad just because we like to troll Danny.
Yes,
I
you
know.
do. Yeah.
It kind of makes me want to go to Albuquerque for that, too.
It's not Dion's Pizza. It's like,
Oh, good.
it's Venezia.
Oh, that's not place not around anymore. Actually,
Venezia.
I think it was supposed to be like Venezia's or something like
New
that.
York style pizza.
It was delicious. Don't get me wrong, but I think they changed to a different name. I think it's Gino's now.
Why would they change their name when they were on Breaking Bad?
Dude, it's
yeah,
crazy.
right.
so
Well,
stupid.
It's funny if the car wash, which apparently was a big thing in episode 1. That was always an octopus car wash back in the day.
I love how he says, you remember, apparently it was a big thing. Yeah.
The car wash is a huge part of the show.
Fair enough. I don't know. Anyway, the minute Breaking Bad ended, the owners cashed in and sold the place.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
And they changed the name and they changed the look of it and everything.
What?
And it was like, why are you doing this? Granted, like you still recognize the building, but they changed all like the insides and everything.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I mean,
Because they were an actual front and they needed to get the hell out of there.
That would be funny. Damn it, they're on to us.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that, like, which is now Gino's New York style pizza. Like, their whole website is Breaking Bad. Like, they completely themed it all out.
Then stick with. Well, Gino's got that big of an
Exactly.
ego that he changed the name.
Yeah.
I'm like, just keep the
Gino
name.
needs to check himself at the door.
Venezia's on Breaking Bad. Like, they're totally going for it, but why'd you change the name?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they want to make it, if they want to embrace it, why would you change your name but then go, oh, hey, we were on Breaking Bad? No, your new name place wasn't.
Unless Tony Venezia said, hey, I'm going to sell you this business, but you got to get rid of my name.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
Oh, it's New York style.
Okay, well, you know what? This is all great business moves. All these great business moves.
Oh, it says, unfortunately, after our Uncle Frank Yes, retired from the business. Myself and my brother had to rename our pizzerias.
Why?
Uncle Frank's a douche. Dude, you know the one member of my wife's, my mom's side of the family that nobody talks to? Uncle Frank.
Okay. All right.
It's probably the same Frank. I bet I'm related.
You're probably related. I didn't think about that.
He left.
Yeah, that's because everybody's related, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their name's Frank.
What the hell's wrong with Uncle Frank?
Yeah,
there had to be a falling out.
I don't understand the world. Yeah, okay, Uncle Frank retired. There are plenty of places, that keep the name of something even though the person's not there anymore.
Unless Uncle Frank's like, look, I'm not putting my last name on this business with you guys running it. I don't trust you guys doing a good job with the reputation of my pizza.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know that, Nico and Psyche pretty much are doing a lot of the work over at Vula's. Vula's, of course, every once in a while shows up and does that, but she's usually taking a nice trip somewhere every time I see her.
What if Vula had no faith in Nico and Psyche? I know she does, obviously, but what if she didn't? She's like, you know what? I don't want the family name being associated with this place. I don't think you're going to do it justice.
Oh, so she would say, as soon as I'm out, take the name off?
Yeah.
You think that's what Frank did?
Yeah. I mean, why else would you do that?
Yeah, you're right. Frank's a douche.
Uncle Frank.
Yeah, that name, Frank. Yeah, you're right.
Dang, Frank.
I mean, their pizza does look good, though.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to go to Dion's. You can't go to Slappolino's over there.
I'm going to Slappolino's, so they got the sloppiest looking wings, too.
Right?
Okay. Wow, Dion's. I'm sorry. We're not going, I guess. All right.
Uncle Frank.
Are you going to be able to get over this?
No, I don't think so.
I think it might be too. You're having some flashbacks to your own Uncle
Well, it's
Frank.
unfair because I first just assumed that Gino was being, an egotistical jackass.
But now
It turns out it's Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank
Did him dirty.
did him bad. Breaking Bad. Hey, another TV show that Danny doesn't watch, Stranger Things, led to a woman crashing her car. And Steve's going to tell you all about this. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks a lot, Tigers, for giving us the Migs Report. And today is a day to embrace your geekness, everybody.
Ooh.
So, BJ, you should watch some Star Trek.
All right.
Rev, you can play World of Warcraft.
Oh, I mean, I
haven't done it in a while, right?
Yeah. It's been about 6 years. But
Boy, he really knows this, doesn't he, Rev?
Fine. I'm just trying to find, unique things.
Video games are still good.
That's true. Okay,
that's
Rev,
it.
you can continue to play your video games on your phone.
Thank you.
All right. Vicky continues to watch Stranger Things.
Sure, even though it's over.
I mean, I still, I can't watch the last episode yet. My heart.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
Boom.
No.
Hey, I'm with you. I still haven't watched the last episode of Money Heist.
Really? Is there any particular
I
reason?
thought you looked at me like that's weird, but you haven't watched the last episode of a show that you
Well,
like.
you loved it, and it's been out longer than Stranger Things.
I just can't come to terms with it being over.
Yeah, that's kind of it too, but I've seen little bits and pieces of what might be happening. And I'm like, I don't know if my heart can deal with it.
Are you gonna watch it before tomorrow?
Yes, I'm watching it today with all the tissues because I feel like I'm probably going to cry.
Because we have to talk about it.
I know.
And Steve was right.
podcast.
You can watch Stranger
I
Things.
can.
Thank you. See?
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm known for.
Oh, what are you known for?
What are you known for? I didn't even know you were known for anything. What are you known
Like
for?
when you
What do people know you for?
Like Wolverine, X-23, liking Stitch.
Okay, there we go. Well, she's right about
Pirates.
that.
I'm trying to find something current, like with the Rev in World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
you did a great job.
Thank you.
It's so close.
This is,
On
by
it.
the way, this is a touching tribute to how well you know all of us.
Hey, 2 out of 3 so far. And I know,
I mean,
and the Rev has done that before.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Danny, you can. What is he geeky about? Listen to The Offspring.
I was going to say, what's he wearing today?
Yeah, I know the Sounders.
The
yes.
Sounders. I was going to say, I smoke my meat.
You can smoke your meat. That's more of a kink than a geek thing.
It's not a geeky thing.
I was going to say, don't you like horror movies?
He likes movies with horrors in them, yes. But again, that's not geeky.
Horror. Yeah. See, I'm not going to do anything today because I only do cool things.
Wait.
There we go.
That's what it is.
All right, Mr. Wrestler.
Right, I know, right? I'm not going to watch any wrestling today.
No, you're not going to throw a man around who's sweating.
Well, maybe later tonight.
Yeah. Fun.
Hey, also today, very special day. It's National French Fry Day. Enjoy yourself some French fries.
Don't you eat like kids' French fries at your wrestling matches or something?
I have done that before.
See, there you go. You already celebrated.
They were adult-sized French fries. A kid was eating them.
Somebody might have to text this into us, but I saw a restaurant in Bellevue, a Thai restaurant that has egg fries, and it's like that. They say it's their best thing they've ever had. So Thai restaurant that serves French fries. They look just like French fries, but they call them egg fries, which means they may put some egg batter or something around them. And every review I see from the people that go there say it is. Go make sure you have
pretty
these.
Awesome.
Have these egg fries. I don't know the name of the place. Sempi to Temp. I don't know. It's someplace in Bellevue. And I told my wife, I go, we got to go to this place. I just because I was.
Or you get yourself a California burrito with the French fry. I've never done that. I've never had a sandwich with French fries inside of it. Maybe today's the day to make that happen.
You need to do the burrito with the French fries. The California burrito.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's right, man.
Mimo's has one called the Washington burrito, and it has the Frenchy fries in there.
Okay.
I like how they call it the Washington burrito.
Yeah, I know, right?
They put cream cheese in it as well?
I don't know.
Hey, you have to, otherwise it's not a Washington burrito.
And if you're wondering, where can I get some free French fries on French Fry Day? Well, McDonald's.
Easy for you to say, Ted Smith.
Right. Now it's making me think of this song from Family Guy.
Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries it done. I gotta run. I gotta run. I gotta run. I gotta run. I work at Burger King making flamboy Whoppers. I wear paper hats. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries are done.
I've never seen Family Guy yet. I know the words to that song.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you can run off to McDonald's. They're giving you free fries today. All you have to do is sign up for their app. Wendy's, free fries with any purchase through their app. Burger King, you get chicken fries if you spend $3.
Nice.
Well, that's an interesting stretch. I mean, it's just chicken fingers, really.
Yeah, they call them chicken fries.
I know, but I mean, look, I won't turn down free anything. But.
All right, Vicky, I know you're a huge fan of Stranger Things, so
yeah.
I don't know if you heard about this story about this teenager, a female teen from the Minneapolis area, got into a crash. Why? She was watching Stranger Things on her phone.
Okay, no, she was not.
That's why when you see somebody that's things where like, oh, you can turn your little screen on your dash, in your car, and you can make it so that you can watch shows. I'm like, that's a terrible idea if they ever do that. That's just an absolute awful idea.
I have that, it's just a thing you plug into, the vent, and you can turn your phone different ways.
That, yes.
But I mean, don't be doing that while you're driving, you idiot.
She drifted into oncoming traffic, and there was a semi coming towards her. She didn't notice. Well, luckily, the truck driver was paying attention. He swerved onto the shoulder because the girl's car was fully in the lane. She ended up hitting the back of the truck. Her car flipped and walked away, thankfully, though, with minor injuries. The truck driver wasn't hurt as well. At first, she tried to tell the cops, I wasn't on my phone. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But the problem was the officers could hear the car's Bluetooth was still streaming the audio from the show. So it's like, wow. Yeah, and then she finally admitted, I was watching Netflix, cited for distracted driving, and police say that she's lucky to be alive.
Gosh, yeah. That's all she gets is distracted driving. That's all she gets for that. I think she should have her license taken away.
Hopefully a massive, massive scare because she nearly died.
Yeah, right.
That's just, it's just common sense. You don't, look, you just don't do that. You don't watch TV while driving. You just don't.
No, obviously different, but like after Kraken games, I'll listen to the post-game show because I go to bed as soon as the Kraken games are over. But on the drive-in, I'll set it up so I could listen to the I plug it into my Bluetooth, but I'm not watching the post-game show. I'm just listening to it.
Yeah, I got no problem with listening. Yeah. That's what I would do is I would make sure you put like the Maps app or something else so the screen doesn't have the show on
I just put it face down on the seat.
Well, look at you, fancy.
Or I just put it in front of my face so I can watch it.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, man. Why do you have to tell people this? Am I the guy, get off my lawn guy? Why do you have to tell somebody, no, you don't watch a TV show while driving? Why do I have to tell you this?
Hey, speaking of the Kraken, yesterday, the development camp was happening yesterday and the day before as well. And making his appearance, of course, is our number 1 pick.
Woo!
Number 4 overall, but our first pick in the draft. And a lot of people thought it was going to be the number 1 pick overall. And that's Shane Wright, rocking number 51. So if you're looking to purchase a Kraken jersey with his number, that's the number he'll be wearing, the same number he wore before.
I like that number.
I know some people are like, hey, good history with Ichiro.
Yeah.
Number 51.
And he went on to be Rookie of the Year and MVP with that number.
Boom. That's what's going to happen this year.
Oh, boy. Are we going to see this, Shaney?
Here's the fun story about this, and it doesn't sound like a Russell Wilson make-em-up. You know how Russell Wilson was like, I always had dreams of playing in Seattle. Like, that was kind of like his thing. According to one of the guys that he knew throughout the juniors, Brennan Othman, who was picked by the New York Rangers, he shared with media, Shane was always talking about how he hoped that Seattle would be the team that picked him. So after development camp was going on, he talked to the media and somebody asked him about that. And here's Shane Wright saying, I wanted to play for Seattle. I was hoping they were going to draft me.
I think just the overall fit and what the organization is building to. I think that obviously they are a new team, so they don't have as many prospects in the system as some other teams do. So I feel like there's just going to be a lot more opportunities. Step in and to make a difference right away, and the potential ability to be part of a situation and be building block and a huge piece in their team and their organization for the future was something that really excited me. And now that finally worked out this way, I couldn't be happier. I'm over the moon. I'm so happy to be here, so happy to be in Seattle, to be a Kraken. And like I was saying, I love the city so far. Love everything about it. Of the support online as well from all the fans in Seattle, and just love it here so far.
How about that?
That is great to hear, because sometimes, these dudes don't want to go to a bad team.
Right.
Or, so that's cool that the guy actually wants to be on the team he got drafted by.
And I think he sees, this team is building for the future. So, maybe this year, obviously they're going to be better, I think, than last year, but, there's going to be a great young nucleus, something that they could have a special franchise for several years, which would be awesome. Is potentiality a word? And if not, can we make it a word?
Yeah,
it is now.
It's not, but, I'm going to allow it.
I want a t-shirt that says that now.
Yeah.
Potentiality.
The potentiality of me knowing that this is a word.
Now, a lot of people were talking about the fact that he looked like he was visibly upset that the Montreal Canadiens didn't draft him. In fact, some thought that during the draft, he gave them a death stare, and he actually addressed it and talked about it and says, no, it's a giant misunderstanding.
I think it's people blowing it up more than it actually happened. I think that I said before I wasn't staring at Montreal. I wasn't trying to stare down any of their table. The cameras are right there. I was just trying to look into the camera, and I guess their table just happened to be right behind there. So I can understand, I can see why people get misinterpreted, what happened there, but I wasn't trying to put a death stare towards the Montreal bench or anything or to their table or anything. But I guess I can see where people can get a little mixed up there.
I'm bummed. I thought that was the best part. He looked like he wanted to murder the Montreal Canadiens.
Listen, man, I can't wait for the first game with the Habs and see if he can give him the death stare from our bench.
But one of the highlights, because a lot of people are like, oh, he's probably really bummed he wasn't picked first overall. But how about this? After the draft was done, about an hour after it, who gives him a phone call to say, hey, don't worry about not getting picked number 1 overall? The greatest hockey player of all time, Wayne Gretzky. And here he is talking about getting a phone call from Wayne Gretzky. He didn't have Wayne Gretzky's number. It's just a random number that shows up on his phone. He answers like, hi, this is Wayne Gretzky.
Probably an hour after the draft, he called me just to say, just keep your head up, keep working, keep grinding. It's not about what number you go. It's more about the situation you go to and the city you go to, an organization. So he just said, keep your head up and just keep working and just earn your spot in the team and show that you're a good player in the league and that you can be a difference maker in the league as well.
Talked to him before that?
No, that was the first time. So
that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was just some number on the phone that popped up. And I'm like, hello. He's like, hi Shane, this is Wayne Gretzky. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, yeah.
That is bizarre because I wouldn't believe it. I would have said, no, you're not.
I need to start answering numbers that I don't know. It could be Wayne Gretzky calling me to say hi.
Oh, he definitely wants to call you. You've turned down so many. He's complained about that.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, right.
I call Steve. He never answers.
That probably isn't spam.
Somebody said that his phone number should be area code 999 and then 999-9999.
I get it.
Which would be pretty funny. Also, free agency starts today in the NHL, so we'll see what maybe the Kraken are going to do with moves. A lot of people are talking about Johnny Gaudreau, who just said, I'm not going back to Calgary. Calgary, but a lot of people believe he wants to get closer to home, which is very far from here, which is in the New Jersey area. So he might be a Devil or a Flyer. But
somebody wants to go home to New Jersey, really?
Yeah, I know. Wow. Come to Seattle, man. Come on, Johnny.
Yeah, come
we can litter up the place a little bit if that's what you need.
One guy that'd be really cool to grab is John Klingberg, who's a defenseman for the Stars, a really good defenseman, and that would be something I think that the Kraken could absolutely use, especially since they didn't draft any defensemen. So maybe they could pick up like a guy. He's in his late 20s and he's still got plenty of time left in his career, and I think he'd be a good pickup. And then some other are talking about Nazem Kadri. He's a guy who just won the Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. Love to see him be a part of the Seattle Kraken, mainly because after he won the Cup, still on the ice, still celebrating. He talked to the media and had this to say to his haters.
And, for everyone that thought I was a liability in the playoffs, you can kiss my ass.
That's our guy.
Oh, we want him. Yes, we do want
Look at
him.
that chip on his shoulder.
The potentiality of having a guy like him.
Oh, dude, the potentiality of having him and Yanni Gord on the same team.
Come on, we would
be the biggest group of D-bags. It'd be so awesome.
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
I mean, talk about getting under the skin of other players. If you have those two on the team, it'd be amazing. Fireworks.
Yeah, because we got to protect our young dudes.
Yes, we do.
We got to make sure nobody messes with those young kids.
Mariners did not lose yesterday.
Woo!
Did not play, though.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Postponed due to weather.
Oh,
so what is happening? 2 games today. One at 9 a.m., which was originally scheduled because they're playing in Washington, D.C. against the Nationals.
Yeah.
And then they're going to play again at 3 p.m.
Wow.
Twofer.
Yeah, that's a lot of baseball.
Well, I think they got to cram them in before the All-Star break, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they really want to try to. Yeah, they want to get the games in as close as possible because the idea is they're not going to Washington again this year, so they really want to be able to make that happen. Yeah.
And I mean, it does come out all right because we're playing at the Butt Crack of Dawn. Well, at least on the West Coast.
Butt Crack of Dawn.
Hey, also Sounders are in Nashville taking on Nashville SC.
Yeah.
So usually the teams are FC, but are the Nashville just screw it being called football and we're just a soccer club?
I guess so.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was FC too, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's
right?
FC. All right.
Listen, we're Americanizing it, buddy.
That's what they do in Nashville.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's America, not football. Football is what the other football thing is, a soccer game.
That game's at 5:30. As far as weather, it's going to be really chilly out. It's going to be 75 degrees, sunny.
Oh, no.
A little bit cooler than yesterday, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that, yeah.
That's the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
Yeah, nice work, buddy. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What is the longest continuously running sporting event in the U.S.?
WrestleMania.
No.
Oh. The Stanley Cup.
No.
The U.S. Open.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Yeah, I wish I was answering this question. Because I actually guessed and got it right, the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information. Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. This Labor Day weekend might be the best Labor Day weekend of your life. I mean, summer's coming to an end. Usually around Labor Day weekend, your last hurrah. Why not make it like just a ridiculous party of music, and more music, baby?
It's a BARTY because I said so.
Well, if she says so, then we're not going to do just 1 or 2 days for Pain in the Grass.
3, baby.
The big 3, brother.
And she wants Incubus, she's got him.
Okay.
She wants Alice in Chains, she's got him.
BARTY. That's
right. She wants Sammy Hagar. That's right. The Red Rocker is going to be there as well. Wow. And also, I mean, get your tickets and get the BJ and Migs party, because not only will you get tickets, great tickets to this show, but also you'll get hooked up with a free drink, and we'll get to hang out with you, get a little bit of an escape from all the craziness at Pain in the Grass. And we always hook up the people that come to our party with something like a T-shirt or a fanny pack, or I think we've done a fidget spinner in the past.
Yeah.
So you get a bunch of cool stuff.
You always get something nice. Go buy yourself something nice.
Well, we'll buy it for you.
Okay, see, we even saved you that. We bought you something nice.
We bought you something nice.
Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster, and if you want all the information about Pain in the Grass, including the BJ and Migs party, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for B-Migs, but it's Wednesday, so let's whack him instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Woo!
Whack it.
And we might not whack Migs. Maybe Wiggs will be the one doing.
Wiggs will be the one doing the whacking.
Are you bald shaming me?
No, well, I guess, maybe that was a little Freudian there.
That would be Wigless. Right there, Mr. Wiggs.
Maybe I should start wearing a toupee. And you'll be like BJ and Wigs.
Oh, didn't one of your uncles have a toupee?
Yeah, my Uncle Junior.
All right.
Maybe you can borrow his.
Uncle Junior.
Well, he's dead.
Are you sure your family isn't the Sopranos?
What's that?
Are you sure your family isn't the Sopranos, my Uncle Junior? Hey, Uncle June, how you doing? Hey.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
You never know what happened to him.
Yeah,
You never know. You'll never find out.
We will never find out.
We don't know.
Do you have a cousin
He might still be alive for all I know.
You have a cousin named Polly Walnuts?
No.
God rest his soul, too.
I do have a cousin Vinny.
Of course you do.
Well, yeah, you blend.
Uncle Frank, Uncle Junior.
Well, if you ever get arrested down in the South, maybe you know who to call then.
Okay.
Is he a lawyer?
Yeah.
Let's get to our contestant today.
Cute.
We got Michael on Highway 18. Michael, are you there?
Hello, guys.
Morning, Michael.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
Get out of here. For those playing at home, Michael will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Michael, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Sure.
What word beginning with B is defined as a baby's wicker cradle, usually with a hood?
Bassinet.
Yes. Who won an Oscar for his role in the movie Ray?
Can you say that again?
Who won an Oscar for his role in the movie Ray?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Will Smith.
No.
Jack Black.
No. Which popular candy bar is named after the maker's favorite horse?
Oh, Babe Ruth?
No.
Snickers.
Yes. Stanford University is located in what U.S. state?
Which university?
Stanford.
Oh, like, Utah.
No.
Connecticut.
No.
Maine.
No. In the game Miss Pac-Man, eating what fruit was worth 5,000 points?
Cherry?
No.
Apple.
No.
Banana.
Yes. What late 2000s year did baseball player Barry Bonds retire?
2007.
Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
That was a hell of a lucky
That's
guess.
more than I thought I would get.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. There's probably not as many as Steve's going to get, but you never know until he does it.
Hey.
Find out.
But you know what, Michael? Nice first effort. We hope you continue trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Grow from this, son.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't go anywhere but, well, I mean, you could go lower, but.
Yeah, he
ouch.
could, actually, yeah.
Steve, you're back. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
What word beginning with B is defined as a baby's wicker cradle, usually with a hood?
A basket?
No.
A bonnet?
No.
A boudoir?
No. Whoa. Who won an Oscar for his role in the movie Ray?
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Yes. Which popular candy bar is named after the maker's favorite horse?
Charlestown Chew?
No.
Charleston Chew?
No. Charlestown Chew.
It's the Charlestown Chew. Everybody's doing the Charlestown Chew.
Elmer's?
No.
That's my favorite candy bar.
Stanford University is located in what U.S. state?
California.
Yes. Okay. In the game Ms. Pac-Man, eating what fruit was worth 5,000 points?
Cherries.
No.
Strawberries.
No.
Bananas.
Yes.
Okay.
What late 2000s year did baseball player Barry Bonds retire?
Still getting paid. 2008.
No.
2007?
Yes. There are 80 tablespoons in how many cups?
2.
No.
1.
No.
3.
No. Which role in the Star Wars universe is Harrison Ford known for?
Which role? Han Solo.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct.
Wow.
Squeaked by 5 to 4.
Yeah.
You whack Michael, but Michael, you did a good job.
Stanford University was the tough one for you, buddy.
Yeah.
California. Damn.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I hate California. I just came back from there from an Army Reserve drill.
Oh.
It was my worst experience. I hate California.
Wait. Where in California did you go?
Fort Hunter Liggett. It's like Southern California.
Oh, he's gone. We lost him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm worried at Urban Dictionary the name of that place.
Yeah. He said it.
Hunter Liggett?
Yeah. He said somewhere in
Fort Hunter Liggett.
And where's that near? In Southern California?
He said Southern California, so.
Yeah. Maybe it's inland. I know that there's
I don't even know where that is.
Oh, actually, it's is that near? It's between San Diego and maybe Laguna Beach.
Between San Jose and San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Or Los Angeles, excuse me. Yeah,
north.
between the two.
Oh, there we go.
It's by the water.
Yeah, I think it would be nice.
There we go.
But he hated it. Said he hated that.
Well, he didn't go there for fun.
Right? Yeah.
Ironically, what isn't that in the similar vicinity of where Stanford is? I mean, it's in Northern California, isn't it?
Well,
I have no idea.
Yeah, Palo Alto.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
by San Francisco, so it's probably an hour away.
Yeah, but how ironic was it that he hated the place and he was an hour away from the college that he couldn't name? Mm-hmm. You know, that's nuts.
Well, it didn't go there, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you think his brain would say California.
Oh, and thank you, Texter. Bobby Bonilla is who I was thinking of. You said Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
I always combine those two together because Bonds and Bonilla.
Yeah, they were the Killer Bees.
Yes. What was it when they were on the Pirates?
Yes,
sir.
Absolutely. That was when I cared about baseball cards.
I was going to ask you about that. I was like, Bonds is getting paid too still?
No, I was wrong.
I just assumed that you knew what you were talking about. So I'm like, sure, yeah, why not?
Nope, I was just thinking of the other guy from that duo.
I can't believe you made the mistake.
My bad. You know, Bonds was like half the size at that time.
And then he kind of bulked up in the 90s.
Yeah. And then he started eating more protein.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
A lot of those baseball players that did well were half the size they were when they
gosh, yeah. Speaking of B words, the baby's wicker cradle, usually with a hood. Michael did get that correct. It's a bassinet.
Oh,
that could have been the difference maker.
Could have been. Also, he knew that the popular candy bar named after the maker's favorite horse is Snickers.
Oh, dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, see, well, now you know so you can forget later.
I really had a lot of hope for him from Michael when he got those questions, but then the rest of them he couldn't get.
And then the other one you did not get, there are 80 tablespoons and how many cups?
8?
No.
5.
Yes.
Nice
Yeah,
job,
so it's
buddy.
kind of one of those round numbers.
Bam.
So, yep. Well, you didn't need to get that, but you won, so congratulations.
Good job, Steve. Look at you.
Winner. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah. I'd like to take this opportunity, and I want to thank one of our listeners, Isaac, who, in our business, a lot of times, especially here in Seattle, where like a lot of people they weren't born here; they come here from somewhere else, and so one of our listeners, Isaac, and a buddy of mine, is originally from St. Louis, and listened to the radio out there, listens to the radio here, and let me know that about what's going on in St. Louis radio, and our thoughts going out to St. Louis radio personality Jeff Burton of 105.7 The Point. He's part of the Rizzuto Show, and they announced back in March of 2021 that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And of course, they were lots of thoughts and lots of prayers and hoping that things would go well for him.
He's battling it. And I think he was still doing broadcasts when he could, when he was physically able to. Obviously, there's some times where I've heard that he had to dip out because of just the effects of chemotherapy and the recovery and all that.
And on Monday, and I watched the video. You saw it as well, Steve. It was, just tough. They had to share the news with their listeners that Jeff has been taken off treatments and has entered hospice care. And again, our thoughts go out to the whole family of Jeff Burton. He has been a mainstay for St. Louis radio. I mean, as a matter of fact, one of the dudes on the show said, "I grew up listening to this guy, and I got the opportunity to actually work with this guy."
He was part of that radio station, I guess, since day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I know. I watched that and I was like, man, I don't even know. I mean, just thoughts for all the guys on that show. How do you go on the air and share that news? It's hard enough to have that news because it's a friend, it's a co-host, it's a co-worker. And then now you got to deliver that news to the audience as well. It just gutted me when Danny and I were talking about that yesterday during a break. I was like, man, I was just gutted on Monday and I don't know him. I know of the show, oddly enough, because of a wrestler by the name of Warhorse. He's like a great independent wrestler who travels all around. He's from St. Louis. He would always, whenever he'd come to town, he would talk about radio with me because he's like, I love this show, the Rizzuto Show, to the point where he started becoming a regular guest on the show because he's like a heavy metal character and he's a very entertaining guy. And that's how I found out about this, because he shared it on his Twitter. And I was just like, I only know that show oddly enough, through a wrestler. And the Jeff guy, then you just spend the entire day just reading all these comments and just how much love the audience has for him. And he's just an incredibly great guy.
Yeah, my buddy Isaac, he was touched by it because he used to work with Jeff's brother back in St. Louis.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's we know what radio personalities can mean to people, and and Isaac was he was very, very much upset by this news because again a connection to the family, listen to the show, and lots of love and lots of support go out to everybody involved with the Rizzuto Show and Jeff's family as well.
Yeah,
it's. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's definitely tough to have to present the news, Steve. I was with you, like, wow, I don't know how I would be. I think I would be a bundle of. I just would be a mess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. How do you? I mean, you're still processing it yourself, and now you got to be professional radio. I mean, well, maybe with us, professional is not part of that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to live up to that at least.
But you know what I mean? Like, you have to go on and then still deliver it, and then be like, okay, let's take a break now. Like, it just was like there's no way around it being other than a massive gut punch to their audience.
And those guys do video.
Yep.
So, you could watch all four of the dudes that were on the screen talking about. Well, I shouldn't say one of the screens actually was a cutout of Jeff. So the three guys that were on the screen for most of the time, man, it was wow. It's like, geez, to have to announce it and then to know you're also on camera while doing that. Wow. That's something you don't anticipate. You just don't think you're ever going to have to do that on your show. You think of a lot of things you do in your radio career. I bet those guys never, ever in their wildest dreams thought they would have to do something like that.
And especially, I don't know how old Jeff was, or Jeff is, sorry. But he seems like maybe in his 50s.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, if he's older than his 50s, he looks amazing in the pictures that I've seen.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got to imagine, because he's been with that station for quite some time, that maybe he's pushing late 50s, but looks very young for that, if that. Not very old at all, though.
Yeah. I mean, man, cancer is, as we know, I mean, we know about that a lot in this area. Cancer's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
And it was prostate cancer that he was diagnosed with.
55.
Yeah. Damn. That's just way too young. That is way too young, man. So lots of support and lots of love to if anybody in this area ever listened to the Rizzuto Show and Jeff Burton or anybody that knows those guys, lots of love and support to you. And to my friend Isaac, man, I'm sorry you have to go through this too, because I know you cared a lot about him and his family. So again, Jeff Burton unfortunately entered hospice care. If anybody knows the guy in our biz. Alrighty, well, and like them, we're gonna have to take a break. You know what I mean? I don't really want to. Yeah,
there's definitely no smooth way to get out of it.
No, there really isn't.
I know you want to show love and let them know we care. But
and that's important,
right?
You know, we are a brotherhood and a sisterhood in this industry, and I believe I met those guys and Jeff years ago, but my mind is I've been to so many conventions, and I really believe I did. I may not have, but my brain is telling me that I met Jeff a long time ago, and so I really wanted to say something. And of course, even if I didn't meet those guys, they do what we do, and lots of love to all of those guys. Well, in a new study, 17% of people admitted to never doing something that is a total summer pastime. And I'll tell you what that is. It's 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. New survey out saying 17% of people said they have never ordered from any kind of ice cream truck in their lives.
What?
Oh, that's sad.
Those 17% of people aren't living.
Yeah.
They'll never know the excitement of chasing the ice cream truck down the street in your bare feet on that hot summer asphalt.
Wow. Dude, and the stress of when you first hear that ice cream music playing, and sometimes it's like a random Christmas song, and you're like, what the hell's going on? But then you're just like, oh crap, the ice cream guy is here. I need to get money.
Where's my change?
Right. Or I'd sneak into my mom and dad's room, and I know where my dad would keep his leftover change on the top of like a shit. And I'm like, I got $1.40. I think that's enough. Okay. Bomb pop, please.
See, we would do that. My mom had this giant Sunny D container full of a bunch of loose change. Supposedly that was our vacation fund. And after we took all the quarters.
Are you vacationing, Coinstar?
That's what she said. I don't know. But like that crap adds up. But after all the quarters, all the dimes, all the nickels were at, like, we were those kids with like pennies. We're like, we don't care. We want our ice cream now.
I think that an ice cream truck person has to know that just comes with the territory.
Right?
Yeah. But sometimes it'd be my brother be like, go out there and stall. And then he'd go and try and get all the money, and I'd be out there and be like, stall. I'd be like talking. You can tell the ice cream truck guy's like, well, are you going to pick something? I'm like, I don't know. What about the strawberry shortcake? I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
I love those.
Those are the best.
Those are so good.
Strawberry shortcakes.
That's all I would order for the longest time, but I always would end up with like the Choco Taco. What was your guys' order?
Dude, yeah, Choco Taco was the bomb.
Yeah, is it Choco Taco?
Yeah,
I call it Choco Chocolate.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
So Vicky's like,
in my head, I call it Choco
Vicky
Taco.
goes out there and legits it and says, I love the Choco Taco. And
I was like, look, I'm not here to king shame you. With your Choco Taco.
Choco Taco.
That's a whole
that
different.
costs extra.
Yeah, it does.
I need more pennies.
That's a different truck that comes around, Steve.
Strawberry shortcake or the Mickey Mouse one with the ears, the chocolate ears, the vanilla.
Those ones always looked weird.
They tasted delicious.
Like the eyeballs would be like pointing in different directions and stuff.
That's my favorite part.
It was a cracked out Mickey.
Yeah, you go and it's supposed to be a SpongeBob, and you're like, I don't know where this sponge has been.
And the gum, you're always excited for the gum eyeballs, but they never taste great.
No.
You still eat them.
And they're frozen and
Yes.
about 48 days old.
So you crack your tooth.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know one that goes around my neighborhood, but then nobody comes to my neighborhood, so
I haven't seen one here in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, are there ice cream trucks?
Yeah, they're sometimes like the ice cream parking enforcement vehicle.
Oh.
Like those old parking enforcement ones, like, and they put like a little ice cream.
Dude, yeah.
We have those that we go to a lot of play parks, and a lot of them just kind of like rolled through there.
Oh, that's cool.
My old development, we'd have an ice cream truck. But sometimes the ice cream van, I'm not really down with that.
It was we had one in my old neighborhood down in Tacoma. We had the minivan that served ice cream sandwiches out of Ziploc bags.
Oh, yeah. It always feels kind of sketch. Like,
you know what?
truck to be like actually has stickers on it.
Oh, it had stickers on it. It still had stickers, but and you know what? I'll be completely honest. Those ice cream sandwiches were legit.
The last time I went to an ice cream truck was in Massachusetts, actually, when Lily and I were at a park, and I swear to God, the name of the ice cream truck was Mr. Dingalings, and I was like, they should probably change the name of Mr. Dingalings.
No. See, ours was Mr. Softy, and it was a soft serve ice cream truck.
Dude, yeah, I think you got to save both of those. You got to really change both of those.
Mr. Softy and Mr. Dingaling. Yeah. That does sound like some kind of a weird.
Come here, kids, get some ice cream.
It sounds like a production house for an adult film store.
Yeah. Well, ice cream is, you know what, the most loved dessert, and people say,
yeah. What else is even close to that?
Yeah, I mean,
pie.
No.
Well, that pie is very, for me, pie, if you gave me a choice between ice cream and pie, that would be tough.
Well, you do with your pie, you put ice cream on top of it.
Well, then I don't have to make a choice. I mean, then it's not a choice at that point. People have ice cream in their freezer. 68% have ice cream in their freezer at all times.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have ice cream sandwiches. We have ice cream like the Ben & Jerry's pints.
I can't.
Yeah, they get eaten so quickly.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't have any sweets in the house, as you know. I'm on a regimen.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I would.
At Trader Joe's, they got these little mini ice cream cones that look like little ice, like they're just like little ice cream cones, and it's like 6 of them is a serving.
No.
Oh wow! So you feel
you feel like you're a giant holding these things.
It's almost like a cereal or something.
I know, but it's kind of cool because like if you have like a little bit of a sweet tooth, you have one. You're like, I'm having 1/6 of the serving.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Oh, those are like the mini drumsticks that we get every once in a while.
Awesome.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, it's like 2 inches big.
Yeah.
Perfect size.
We're talking about ice cream cones.
Yeah. But you're gonna tell everybody else in your life, oh no, these are 6 inches big. There you go.
There it is.
That's what we wanted to go for. So and Ice Cream Parlor is where, and as I was in, Danny, I was just recently back in Massachusetts, and of course we saw Friendly's, and you know about that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was our local ice cream parlor joint.
See, for us right now, it's definitely like Molly Moon, Salt and Straw.
Nothing wrong with those places.
Frankie and Joe's.
Don't know Frankie and Joe's.
It's all vegan. So that's a popular one.
Oh, that's why I see Frankie and Joe go, yeah, don't bother with that meathead. They don't tell me about what
it's
they're
in
doing.
Capitol Hill. It's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Then, of course, you get ice cream in supermarkets, of course, because it's just a wonderland of ice cream. And then finally, ice cream trucks, they say, are still around. So that is a way that people are getting it. But I don't ever see one anymore.
There's that one, I can't remember what play park we went to. It was like a newish play park, and it was kind of near where we live. So I think might have been in Puyallup. I don't know. But like one ice cream truck was there, and then it drove off, and another one just showed up immediately after. I'm like, is there like a turf war?
Oh,
like,
dude, yeah.
Right? Like,
love that, though.
Was one ice cream truck red and the other blue?
Like blood.
Legit.
Snoop's ice cream. No, one was like one of the little like parking enforcement like looking vehicles, and then the other one was like a real decked out.
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
looking. And that one was shooting bubbles out of it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, bro, you stepped it up.
He surely did. He was like, coming. At that point, it's like, it is a turf war, because are you going to stop me with my big rig?
He's like, kids love ice cream, but they also love bubbles.
Yeah.
So I'm about to do both.
Yeah, brother. See, and I would be the guy going, well, I got to patronize both of them. I want to help out.
Oh, yeah, right. You got to help out your community.
I got to see which one's better for science.
Of course.
Science.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So 17% of people, this is the key of the story, really. 17% of un-Americans admitted they had never ordered from any kind of ice cream truck in their lives. So based on this, we want to know, what is that one thing that you have never done that surprises people? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What's that one thing you've never done that surprises people?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path, for choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else, because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU, power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join, federally insured by NCUA.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. 17% of people admitted that they have never ordered from any kind of ice cream truck in their lives. So based on this, we want to know, what's that one thing that you have never done that surprises people. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Damien in Seattle. Damien, you are on the Rock.
How's it going, guys? Morning.
Hey, morning, Damien. What you got for us, buddy?
I have never been to a strip club.
Dude, me either.
He didn't say today.
That's true.
Yeah, Steve has never been to a strip club today.
This week.
Yeah. Oh, this week. Wow, look at your record. You're really shattering records. So, Damien, how old are you?
I'm 30. I just turned 31.
Oh, okay. So that is saying something because you've had at least a decade to make it happen.
Is it because you have no interest in it, or just the opportunity has never arose?
I tried to go one time right after my 21st birthday. I went to Astoria down there, and it was just one of those things because I had never done it.
Wait, is that the name of the strip club? Astoria?
Oh my God, there was an opportunity. Oregon.
Right?
Dude, before you go on, Danny, did you go to the one down in Astoria?
I did, yes.
Yeah, because it's a sad-looking one down in Astoria. I know that one. We drive by that every time on the way to Seaside, and I'm like, wow, what is this place
Annie's
like?
Saloon.
Yeah, and Danny told us about it and said it's exactly what you think it would be.
Yeah.
Daytime sadness.
Just a dive.
Yeah.
It's been around for over 50 years, and that Annie, she's still stripping on day one.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my first recommendation for a strip club. I would have to go to a glitzy joint,
Right, it's like going to the Sands in Ballard. That's not the place you want to go to for.
Yeah. Wow. So you tried to get there, and what happened?
They were closed.
Oh.
They were closed on a Friday night. I was like, well,
wow.
I suppose it's not meant to be. So I had plans.
Astoria has this thing where if they don't really have a lot of people, I've noticed with some of their bars, they're like, yeah, we're just going to close it down.
Yeah, but you guys, that's a sad statement of a gentleman's club if you're not open on a weekend night.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing. Wow. Well, there you go. It's hopping in Astoria on a Friday.
And yes, Astoria should be a name of us.
So, Damien, do you think you'll ever do this, or do you like the fact that you get to say this to people and they go, dude, are you kidding me?
I probably won't, honestly. I'm married now, and I have no interest in throwing money at,
You know what?
Throwing enough money at the wife, you don't need to throw it at another one.
Lady.
I feel like if you were to go in there and have a really bad experience with it, I would always have that feeling like, man, I should have just never went.
Yeah. You don't want to give them your ATM card and stuff, maybe.
Nobody would ever do something so dumb like
nobody
that.
would ever be that drunk to do that.
Here's
and
my ATM card. Take what you think is fair.
Yeah, that would have never. Really, who would do that? What an idiot that guy would have been.
Right, that person.
I wish I would have been there for that.
You know what? I blame Tom Likas. I really blame.
Yes, blame Tom Likas.
Well, it was a big Likas party, and everybody was having a great time.
He's not the guy that would ever be that doesn't fit his whole persona.
I know he's not an idiot.
Give strippers all of your money.
Yeah, well, he's not an idiot. I learned a lot from Tom, and one of them was I just remember when Tom heard that story, he's like, "Don't you ever listen to my show, BJ? I'm on right after you." I'm like, Tom, I don't know what to tell you.
Did you tell Tom that you did that?
Yeah, well, he was there. It was all part of the. We all went there for a big Likas celebration thing, and
congratulations.
It was good. It was a learning moment.
Yeah, bonding.
Yeah, it was. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is that one thing that you have never done that surprises people?
So instead, I've never gone to a concert. I want to, but all the artists I listen to don't tour anymore.
Aww.
I have a couple friends that they've shared with me, and I'm just like, it's so. That just seems so foreign to me just because I've been to so many concerts, fortunately. And you just realize, that's just never been my thing to go watch somebody play the music live. I like music, but I just don't want to see it live.
That's my thing, but even I have been to a concert or two.
Yeah.
And not just because of the job. I actually chose, in my free time to go to a show. But I don't go to many. I'm that guy. Mm-hmm. I do other stuff, but I do like music. But even I've been to a concert. Wow, to not have been to any?
That being said, of course, now it's like, I definitely have a lot more. It used to be where it was just like, I don't care when the concert is, what day of the week I was going. Now it's like, I got to make sure, if it's going to be a weeknight, it better be one of my favorite bands.
Yeah,
otherwise,
if it's a Tuesday, there's no chance I'm going. Sorry, I might love the band, but there's no way I'm going.
I mean, Pearl Jam has to ask me to play drums with them if I'm going to show up on a Tuesday.
That's what. Hashtag somebody's getting old.
No, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Well, dude, one of my all-time favorite bands, Life of Agony, announced a West Coast tour, and they're coming to Seattle on a Sunday. And I'm like, I'm going to have to do it because they're on that level. You're going to do it? You're going to put yourself through agony to see Life with Agony? Yeah, yes. But they just canceled the West Coast tour.
Oh, you kind of happy?
In a weird way.
Yeah, I bet you were kind of happy.
Slightly relieved because I was like, man, September, I got to figure this out. This is gonna be a rough night, but I'm gonna do it. So hopefully when they reschedule, if they do, I hope that they do, that they're going to pick like a weekend.
Hey, dude, the company has a new policy where you get to just say, I'm taking a personal day, which means I get a personal day. Why wouldn't you just take that Monday off and give me a break?
Good call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the company's got a new thing.
That's right. No questions asked.
No questions
all the concerts
asked.
you want to now, Steve.
Yeah, dude.
And if I just say, I could call on that night and be like, look, I'm in life of agony. And they'll think it's a mental health thing.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. It's loud, and he's yelling, and he's saying something about life of agony. I think we need to give him Monday off.
And they know you work with me, so they will definitely believe
truth.
it.
Right.
Yeah, they will believe that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like almost 20 years of agony. That's like a life.
Yeah,
It's a life.
They're going to be like, this poor bastard.
BJ, yes. There was I'm like, man, bummer. But at least I don't have to be out late on a Sunday night.
I know, dude. When that corner got turned, it was sad. Because my body, I remember thinking, I can't believe how lame old people are. Mm-hmm. Wanting slower music, not wanting to go out a lot. I remember thinking that about my in-laws at the time when, Kathy and I were dating and we were just going out doing what you do when you're in your 20s. And I thought, I will never be this lame. And when that corner got turned, there was such a mental fight because my body was like, dude, you really don't want to do this. But I'm like, no, you don't understand. I don't want to be those people.
Right.
But my body was like, but dude, you are those people.
Right.
Oh, that corner day was not a good day. Oh.
It's so bad. I'm like, I'm not a man of politics, but one day I might have to run for office and make it a law that bands that play on a weeknight.
Wow.
The show has to start at 6 p.m.
Oh, there's a platform
or
there.
just do it during the day. Why not?
Okay.
Let's normalize noon shows.
Happy hour shows.
Same with the Kraken. You know what? Noon games.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Why do you
I
think?
would buy season tickets.
It's a tech town. You could do your job at the arena.
Exactly.
Or do what I did. You guys would have to move to Hawaii so that you could watch all of your sports earlier. Dude. I watch all my East Coast sports earlier because I'm out here.
Yeah. And it spoils you when the Kraken go and play on the road or Mariners or whoever, and they play on the East Coast. You're like, wow, I'm watching this game at 4 p.m.
Yeah, buddy.
This is the life.
It is the life. It is.
I would go broke though because I'd probably go to a lot more games.
Once again, we would buy season tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. Season tickets.
Can you imagine if they had noon games?
Okay, can I wait?
We go get lunch, go to the Kraken game, be in bed by 3. Great.
Right. Yeah, if they changed it for you, but no one's going to do that, guys. Sorry.
If I become president, they have no choice.
Yeah. Vote for Migs.
Hashtag someone's getting older.
The entire country has gone down the pooper. Both sides agree this is the worst president of all time. But we all get to enjoy sporting events at an earlier time.
Yeah,
concerts.
You will get the older vote. You might actually unify this country with this platform. You're right, because it's definitely a platform that no matter what side you're on, no matter what your political affiliation is, everybody wants to go to concerts earlier who's, of a certain age.
That's right. I'll get one of those, instead of these stupid stickers to say, Biden did that, it'll be Migs did that, but it'll be stuck on, concert marquees.
Yeah,
nice.
Instead of on a gas pump, it is going to be on every, what the White River Amphitheater right there. Migs did this.
Noon concerts.
All right. I'm for it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to vote for you. All right. Natalie Portman, you know her.
Heard of her.
She just shared a great story about how Chris Hemsworth prepared before kissing her, and it involved refraining from putting meat in his mouth. All right. You're going to hear from her at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said earlier, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information. Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So Thor, Love and Thunder is out. I have yet to see it. Got to make an appointment with the Joey Dees and myself to check it out. Mixed reviews from a lot of hardcore fans, though. Yep. I mean, it's 80% of the people that went to see it liked it.
I know. Well, a couple of days ago, we were talking about how it seemed like overwhelmingly negative. People were just like, it's not as good. It's like they turned it into a kiddies show, and then we got a bunch of texts from people like, actually, I really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, I have to go see it, and I want to make sure I don't become one of those folks that just go at everything.
That's how they should start every review. Like, if you have something negative to say, it should be so we know to avoid it.
It's a good warning, yeah.
Right.
So that Natalie Portman kid, who also knows what it's like to be in movies where people go, because she was in the Star Wars 1, 2, and 3.
Dude, she kicked ass in one of those Star Wars ones that I saw.
I don't have a problem with Natalie Portman at all.
Like, I mean, that scene where she's like just slicing people with, and then her shirt gets sliced. All right, that was a good
maybe
visual.
Maybe that's why you liked it.
But she was my number one for a long time.
Yeah.
I had never seen anything she was in.
But she was like wrecking house while her shirt. I was like, there was something like just badass about her in that scene.
I can't really like her a whole lot because you guys didn't see her when I did. See, when she started out, she was like a very, very young actress, and it was Beautiful Girls, I think the name of the movie was, with John Cusack. It was like one of her first roles, and she was a teenager, but it was a love story. Like the guy was kind of in love with her, but he couldn't be because she was too young. And so
it's crazy how Hollywood was like doing a lot of movies like that back in the day.
Yeah,
and Matt Dillon.
Yeah, Matt Dillon. Yeah, and I just it was like, oh man, I can't do this because I've known her since then, and it just feels weird because she was a kid.
There's like that one movie. You remember that movie, Blame It on Rio?
Ooh, I remember it, but I don't know who was in it.
We watched it because we had it on VHS, so like at the time we didn't have a lot of movies, so I remember watching it a couple of times, and the whole premise was like I think she was a teen or underage, or just totally like seduces her father's buddy. Oh. And they're all on vacation in Rio.
Yeah, I remember that from American Beauty.
Yeah.
Because Mina Suvari was that. And of course, I was like, I can't be attracted to this girl because in the movie she's underage. And that's, of course, what Kevin Spacey's character was all about.
It had Michael Caine and Demi Moore for the Blame It on Rio.
Yeah.
Was she the young person in that?
Yeah.
Demi was one of the young.
I think she was maybe his daughter.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't the seducing girl.
Yeah, that came out in 84.
Wow. Yeah, that's a long time ago. So that's before I
can guarantee it does not hold the test of time.
Yeah.
Because of the subject matter.
That's why with Natalie Portman, it's hard because, or it's not hard, whatever you want to say. Because, you see these people when they're young and you go, I feel wrong, even though like Jodie Foster, same thing in Taxi Driver, I saw in that, but she's in her like 50s now, but still it feels wrong because she was a young kid.
Because you remember her as a young kid.
Yeah.
So but like, I'm like, same with Danny, like I only know Natalie Portman when Natalie Portman was an adult. So
you're a lucky man that you don't have that.
Star Wars might have been my first time I ever.
Oh, really?
I've never been one that knows who actors are.
That's true.
You know, so
Yeah.
it takes a lot for me to remember who an actor is.
It's very, very true.
And it was one of her first movies. She did a couple, about 6 beforehand, but still.
Gotcha.
So Natalie was doing an interview, and why we're talking about her, because she's in Thor: Love and Thunder. And she shared a great story about a time that she was scheduled to kiss Chris Hemsworth in that movie. And they've been a love interest in the Thor series for, ever since Thor 1. So Chris, he had to abstain from eating meat that day because Natalie is vegan. And so she's like, dude, look, if we're going to do a kissing scene.
No, she didn't tell him that she had.
Oh, that was him.
No, that was just him doing her a solid.
Oh, dude, that's pretty wild.
He's really a good guy. You know, like the day we had a kiss scene, he didn't eat meat that morning because I'm vegan.
Oh,
and
that's
he eats
so
meat
cute.
like every half hour.
Yeah, he does.
Like that was so thoughtful. Like
That's
I don't. That's not something I'm angry about or like care about. But he was just being thoughtful. It's like that's a very nice person.
Well,
That is funny.
Yeah, especially since she doesn't care. Like, she would have been like, look, I know people do what they do. Not a problem. It's my job. And here is Chris Hemsworth saying, yeah, but I know you're vegan. I'll be cool.
That would have been funny, though. She's like, you better not have meat in your mouth or the scent of meat if you're going to kiss me. I'm Natalie Portman.
It comes out later, then he's like, no, she really did ask me. She's kind of a diva behind the scenes.
That
She's
wouldn't
just playing
surprise
it
me.
Cool and aloof and like, I don't care.
I'm just being weirded out now by meat-scented kisses.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a song or a band.
Not even the scent. It could be even just like the taste.
Yeah.
Still there.
Oh,
well, yeah. I mean,
meat-flavored kisses?
Yes.
If you've ever kissed anybody that smokes cigarettes, you know. I mean, so it's there. Yeah.
Thanks,
I mean,
Grandma.
Yeah, I know that.
You kissed your grandma?
Well, that's how they do in the Red family. Oh, yeah. That's how you don't kiss grandma, you don't leave this house.
No. I know, like my mom, you go in for a kiss on the cheek and you could still be like,
yeah.
Oh, the scent of
like-
Marb Reds.
I know what it's like to kiss a Marlboro Man. I do. Portman's co-star in the Thor movie, Tessa Thompson, who, by the way, I never saw her as a young actor, so I don't feel bad when.
I don't even know who Tessa Thompson is.
You would if you saw her. You just don't know actors.
Based on your guys' reaction, she must be very attractive.
Yeah, and she chimed in on the whole situation about Chris Hemsworth not eating meat before kissing a vegan.
I didn't know that. That's really sweet.
Yeah,
God.
that's a new level.
This guy's
of
too
life.
nice, isn't he?
I know.
I didn't even know he could go without eating meat.
I know.
He's just like eating bison in the morning.
Totally.
That's so sweet.
Every hour on the hour.
How about that's his reputation? He's just the man who eats a lot of meat.
I know.
He's in good shape, so it's probably like he's crazy probably with his protein and his workouts.
I was reading that he eats 8 meals a day for the Thor body.
Oh, wow.
So could you imagine just constantly eating, having to eat protein?
If
and
I
everything?
ate 8 meals a day, I'm not getting a Thor body. I'm getting a Jabba the Hutt body.
Oh, you're getting fat Thor. Yeah.
You're a fat Thor.
I would even take that.
You could do it. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And I've heard, and I just had bison last night, as a matter of fact, because it's a diet that my wife is now on, bison.
Okay. A lot of people swear by bison.
So she cooked it good last night. I really liked it. I didn't. I feel like I sound like Steve now. I thought it was a burger. It tasted just like a burger.
Well, it is a burger.
Well, it is still a burger. I know, but it's not like a hamburger. You know, it's not from the cow.
Bison burger. Yeah.
But I will say this: I've had bison before. It's got to be done right, because sometimes if it's not done right, it's like.
Well, everybody's like a big fitness dude, but like he has like ground beef version of bison. And he puts that on rice. And
That's what we had last night.
Oh, okay, so that must be the way to do it then.
Yeah.
He swears by it.
Or go to the Lunchbox Laboratory. Their bison burger with bacon is really good.
He has rice and bison.
Yes.
It's by Ricin.
Bryson.
Bison.
It's a Bryson meal. The Bryson diet.
That's it. You sounded like that's like a wow.
I'm Rain Man.
I like turtles. Bryson diet.
Bryson diet.
I get that it's like a thing that it's more of like the thoughtfulness of him doing it, but on the same token, it didn't seem like it would be that hard. I mean, even because I eat a lot of meat and I would just not eat meat for a day, especially to kiss Natalie Portman, I'd be like, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's probably not
That's
going
why
into it in the perv mode.
Yeah,
I mean,
you wouldn't get the role. Okay, you wouldn't be like Johnny Drama if you remember.
I'll only take the role if I get to make out with Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Danny, that doesn't happen.
That's why I'm acting. I got you.
I'll abstain from meat if I get to kiss her.
Yeah. Do you remember that episode of Entourage where Johnny Drama got aroused while he was in? The actress was so pissed. Oh yeah, that was classic.
So many great moments with Johnny Drama and Entourage, but that was one of the best ones.
Yeah.
That one was the one where they were like in Utah where it was like the threesome with Turtle.
Oh,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it's vague. It's vague. Was it him and Turtle and another person? Was that it?
I think so. And then like after it happened, he had to like go down to like the hotel lobby and like punch someone. I probably have it all completely wrong, but like he was like, I'm gonna go punch another dude just to kind of get my aggro fix.
That's it.
It's been a minute since I've watched that show.
How crazy would it be if Tessa Thompson was in that episode? You didn't even know.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty. I mean, that definitely adds to the lore of Chris Hemsworth being a pretty good guy.
Yeah, I haven't heard bad stuff about him.
Like that's thoughtful.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, especially if you're on a regimen to keep the Thor body, I think you would be well within your rights to go, look, Natalie, I get it, but I have to keep getting this protein in order to, you know, stay the way they need me to stay. And he figured it out, and she didn't even ask.
I remember one time I had like a wrestling match against someone who was a vegan, and they were flying. And I'm like, you know what? It was actually, I didn't really put a lot of effort into it, but the day before we had a bunch of like vegan cupcakes for Tatum and all this stuff. So I brought a couple of them with me, and the person was just like, "That's the nicest thing ever." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what's up."
You may not have said that out loud, but I could hear you say that in your head.
That's right.
Yeah, you would have said that in your head, and if you were drunk, you would have whispered it, thinking nobody could hear you.
Right. These vegan cupcakes are delicious.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's what's up. So if I ever get to be on the movie with Natalie Portman, I'm going to bring her some vegan cupcakes.
Oh, look at that. Call. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll get a kissing scene that's not even in the movie.
Wasn't even intended for it. It's in deleted scenes.
A flight attendant just answered one of life's biggest mysteries. What do those chime sounds on a flight mean? Oh, I'd like to know. Yes, I want to know that.
I never thought to ask.
Yeah. You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS ID 490518. Members were compensated for participation.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. If you fly a lot, like I do, there's a mystery that I think about, but never, really, I always forget to check out, and that is the chime sounds. You hear these chime sounds when you're on a plane.
Yeah. Honestly, I've always heard them. I never once thought, why are they doing them? I just assumed, it's a chime to put on my seatbelt or something like that.
Really?
That was my assumption. It's like, the chime went off. I should probably put my seatbelt on.
It was I thought either that or somebody was asking for a flight attendant.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Like, I thought somebody else was asking, and that's what the noise I heard.
Oh, good call. That's what, yeah.
And see, I thought that too, and I fly a lot as well to go see Lily, and I actually had a conversation with a flight attendant about this on about 2 flights ago. So I know I think I know what they mean, but I'm not going to say because I'm not exactly
spoiler
sure.
Alert.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a real flight attendant who will see if Danny's right or wrong about what these chimes mean.
Ever heard this sound on a plane before? You ever wonder what that means? A high-low chime like that means that one flight attendant is trying to call the other flight attendant, or the flight deck is trying to call us. If you hear 3 of those, that means it's an emergency, but you never will have to hear that. And if you hear just one tone, like that, that means that a passenger is calling one of the flight attendants from our seat, or they could be calling us from the lavatory over here. Either one.
So I can annoy everybody on the flight if I just keep hitting that button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if I hit it 3 times to freak everybody out now?
Yeah,
but it has to be the high-low one.
Yeah, it's the high-low one.
If you just do the ding, 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 it's down and down.
Yeah. What if I make the sound of the low? So it's like the ding, and I go boom, and then ding again.
Yeah, that sounds just like it.
Fool everybody.
Yeah, you fooled me right now. Is there an emergency?
Yeah, see?
Okay.
No, there isn't.
See, now I want a bunch of people just to press them a whole bunch. I mean, you've got good musical timing, Steve. You should start playing them and see if you could get it as a musical going down.
You maybe do Under Pressure or Ice Ice Baby, depending on the rhythm. Yeah.
See, and the funny thing is too is that if you press it once, it'll light up blue, and that means for them to come over. But then to turn it off, you just hit it again.
Oh.
You just keep pressing it over and over and over again.
On and off, on and off, on and off.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
That's not nice.
They'll love you for that, I'm sure. Then there's the beep that happens when they get to the gate, and you can stand up and unbuckle your seatbelt.
They also do it for the seatbelt too, which is funny that somebody said that because if you notice it when it goes on, it's basically just get attention. I think.
Yeah, get you to look somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. It's like I'm conditioned when I hear that boom. It's like, oh, we parked. I can undo my seatbelt and get my suitcase.
Oh, the moment we land, I'm always in the back of the plane. I instantly undo my seatbelt and stand up. I'm like, I'm ready to go, guys.
I know.
I have a window seat.
People hate guys like you.
I don't really do that.
I do. I mean, but I'm on an aisle seat, so I'm like ready to go.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
You know,
you want to get your stuff from the overhead.
Yeah, I want to. I want to be like I'm always the person that wants to make sure that I take as little time getting in and out of the plane. Like you have that line, and it really frustrates me because you stand in line because you wait for people to load their stuff and everything. So sometimes the line goes onto the jetway. You're not even into the plane yet. Mm-hmm. Then you follow people and you go. Then you sit there, and then the people that were waiting in that line in the jetway could have taken all their stuff out of their carry-on so they could have their electronics. They could have their food. They could have it all ready to go. Just throw it on their seat and put up their suitcase and be done.
Oh, it always bothers me so much when people sit down and then they have to stand up and open up the carry-on. And it's like, oh, I just need to get my charger. It's like, why didn't you think of that before?
Right.
I mean, we were all standing in a line. We're literally standing in that line on the jetway. I take everything out that I need then so that when I get to my seat, boom, boom, done. You guys can go by me.
A little whatever. Preparation.
People don't do that.
No preparation. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Think that through. Nothing will make me want to give somebody that Shane Wright death glare than the person that's like a few rows back trying to cut through everybody.
Man, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we have a semblance of order.
Yeah.
Like it goes row by row. Like, don't try and buck that system.
I remember there was literally a little old lady that was trying to push through, and it was just and she tried to push me, and I was like, lady, this isn't happening. I literally said that. It's like, it's not happening. You're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. I could kick your ass, lady.
There was one.
I didn't go that far.
Okay, oh, really? Fair. You should have really told her who was boss.
The only time that I ever saw that happen was on a flight from Albuquerque to Seattle, and I was drinking at the bar beforehand, but there was also another gentleman drinking at the bar, and let's just say he had way more than he should have. So we get on the plane, we land in Seattle, and the guy is pushing his way through. And he's yelling and saying I need to go, and I was like, you know what, at this point I think he's probably going to pee on someone if he doesn't get off the plane. So just get off the plane.
Here you go, buddy.
Sure. Now if somebody said, hey, I'm about to miss my flight,
that's one thing.
I hope they're not lying, but I would take that in that situation. And usually the flight attendants do a pretty good job of, hey, we have a few people that are possibly going to miss their next flight unless they get off the plane before everybody else. Can we have those people get off first?
Yeah.
To which I act like I'm about to miss a flight. And
I'm like one of those people.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Why not?
I get up and go, thank you for doing that first flight attendant. Now let me by.
Yeah, I grab my water, splash a little on it so it looks like beads of sweat.
Oh, good gosh.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody on the plane. I appreciate it. I had a connecting flight to, where are we going? Okay, Milwaukee.
Yeah. Love that you're selling it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you're a great performer when you do that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard this story. There are 3 dudes that are being charged with allegedly trying to sell stolen Eagles lyric through auctions.
Oh.
I didn't know people wanted any Eagles lyrics. You feel like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would have been happy that they got rid of them.
You got to imagine there's a bunch of older dudes that's their band. The
Eagles are a great band. I was joking. I know most people, but they are
older dudes that love the Eagles.
They were an amazing band for the time, no doubt about it. But now if you're an old person, you're the only one that says that. And the stolen property includes about 100 pages of Don Henley's handwritten notes with lyrics to Hotel California. That makes sense. That's an iconic song that people know. I could see that going for a little bit.
And that would be a cool thing to have on framed in a cool living room or music room. Here's the handwritten lyrics to one of the most iconic songs of all time.
Valued over $1 million, Steve.
I would not spend that kind of money on it. Wow. Give me a print.
Give me a print.
From 1999, please.
Can they write him now?
Yeah.
Can he just write him now?
I don't think he's with us anymore. But
Never mind.
Yeah, but we'll get Freddie Henley.
Freddie Henley?
Yeah, we'll get him to do it.
Or maybe he has a sister, Dawn Henley.
Oh, I get what you did there. So how about this? These pages were stolen in the 70s by an author hired to write an Eagles biography, but then they were acquired about 20 years ago by one of the guys being charged. So this is a long theft.
And the crazy part is one of the guys is a curator for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so that's nuts. Yeah, they even tried to get Don to buy back the pages again. So
if I'm Don, I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy him back from you.
He's still
alive. Yeah,
he is still alive.
He's 74.
Who the hell? Who? Oh, maybe it's the other guy, Glenn Fry. Glenn Fry must be the one that's not with us anymore. I know. Look, I know one of the main Eagles. Like it's either Don or Glenn. I knew one of them. Passed
remember
away.
that on National French Fry Day?
I can't remember.
Yeah, Fry passed away in 2016.
Thank you. I knew it was one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Would have been
about
funnier
that.
if he was still around.
Yeah. No, I know.
Right.
I'm not.
Nobody from the Eagles was dead.
I know somebody. When you get to my age, you know somebody died. You may not know who it was, but you know somebody died.
Fair.
If I'm Don Henley, like, you know, the idiot, I'm not going to buy it back from you. I'll just rewrite it if I wanted that back.
Yeah, or
handwriting hasn't changed.
Yeah, Don's like, I bet the law would probably help me get these back.
That also, like, why would you go to the guy who wrote it, who probably would have some kind of vested interest and be like, and would know that they were stolen?
Yeah, because go ahead, give them to anybody you want, and as soon as you do, I'm going to just tell the authority you can't ever sell those because I'm going to say they're stolen.
Would you guys want anyone's handwritten lyrics to any songs? Like, is that I know some bands do that now, and they're not necessarily like the original handwritten lyrics, but I've seen some bands like, hey, buy our album, and for an extra $50, we'll handwrite the lyrics to one of the songs and put it in there.
That is kind of cool.
I agree.
Well, and see now a lot of pop punk bands are doing that, and not even like buy the album. It's just like around Christmas time they'll do like the lead singer of Yellow Card. Any song you want, it's like $100, and he'll handwrite the lyrics to whatever song, and you can frame them and send them. And I'm like, kind of takes away from me.
The only one I would really want would be like not Orgy, which would be kind of cool. But I was thinking like any of the scatting parts in a Korn song. It's like, hey, John Davis, can you write this out for me?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What'd you say there? I'd like to be able to do it.
That or Anthony Kiedis.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you actually tell us what you're actually saying here, sir?
Zigga bing bang a boom boom. What is it? Can you spell it out for me?
Really would appreciate it handwritten, Anthony.
You know, $100 doesn't seem like a bad deal. Have you tried writing even like a birthday card or a holiday card, and it's like a couple paragraphs and my hand's cramping? You got to write a whole page of lyrics.
Oh yeah, dude. Our hands are not.
$100. It seems like that's a discount.
I don't know if you guys remember the times. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you never had to do that. You know, I will not talk in class, and you had to write all those things. Remember those days?
On a chalkboard.
Yeah,
like Bart Simpson.
Or I had to write them out on like paper.
Yep.
You know, when they wouldn't let me go up front and do it because they're like, we don't want to see you. You're an ass. You want to be up front. Because I would go up there and I would like write all sorts. I would go up there and I would write different things about the teacher, and of course the class is laughing and the teacher's not getting it. And then I think they finally started realizing we can't have these idiots go up in front of the class and write on the board. That's not a good idea.
It'd be fun to have like my favorite song handwritten. I think that'd be kind of cool, like a Pearl Jam song, like present tense. Have Eddie write it out. You know,
does he write like he sings? Because you might not be able to understand.
Well, I've seen this. I know Yellow Ledbetter would be an interesting.
Oh
one.
wow,
yeah. It'd just be a bunch of scribbles, and you're like, well, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, really. I mean, that's an easy gig.
But like, you know, like have it all like, because I've seen like their set list. He has kind of like a unique style of writing. And the set, I would just want one of their set lists, a handwritten set list.
That's
from
cool.
Pearl Jam would be pretty dope, and just have that framed.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for me, it's more like, you know, anything involving like scripts or something, or, you know, notes for movies and TV shows, I think would be really cool.
Especially if it has like handwritten marks on it, so it's like typed out or, you know, printed out, and then you have like little lines and things.
Plots written on napkins or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I'd like to have it. I don't know if I'd pay my own money. That would be a good birthday gift. No. But I don't think I would go out and pay my own money for it. I'd feel bad.
Would you, if you won the lottery, would that be something you'd be like, all right, I'm going to spend money on this quote-unquote silly, expensive thing?
Oh, if I won the lottery, I would buy George Lucas. I would just go buy him and just, have him come to my house and write for me.
That's going to be a big lotto. He's still worth like billions,
well,
right?
I mean, you know how it is when you have those guys that have super rich money. Next thing you know, they get all those folks to perform for them. You know, you know, it's like, wow, you fill out concert halls, but this guy's got you doing his kid's bar mitzvah.
I mean, that seems rather aggressive. I was just thinking maybe I like fly myself out to a Pearl Jam show, figure out how I could meet the band or Eddie, and be like, hey, I'm going to take that set list after you're done with it, but can you also write Steve Rules in one of the song slots
with a Z backwards?
Yeah,
yes.
The only way you're going to have to do that is you have to buy Pearl Jam. You have to own everything that they own and go, listen, I own your entire collection. I own all them. Yeah,
I've hit up Mike McCready. He never replies to my DMs.
I don't understand it. It's usually when you say I'd like to buy you, that usually just makes everybody happy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's.
But the Pearl Jam set list ones are fun because like they scratch out, like, because he writes them out like moments before they go on stage, like maybe like an hour or so. I don't even know, but like whatever he's feeling is what they do for a set that night. So it's like it changes every night. but you'll see him like write out songs and then scratch them out because maybe he's like, I'm not actually feeling that one. And I've been to a couple Pearl Jam shows where I see like the set list gets posted, like someone takes a picture of the set list, and I'll see, I'm like, damn it, they were gonna play that song and he changed his mind, that son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. So he feels it in the mood. That's amazing that in the mood they can go, yeah, we're going to do or not do this.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild that they have the ability to make that happen.
Like, not during the show, like he doesn't pull out a Sharpie and scratch it out during the show, but moments before they go on stage, he's probably like, yeah, I'm not really feeling like playing, Daughter tonight, so I'm going to cross that one out.
That still would drive me crazy if I was a guy who all knew that. Well, I mean, I get that he knows what he's doing, but if I were like in the band and I had practiced it, and like...
It's like when we interviewed Stone Gossard. He said, like every time they go on tour, he has to go and repurchase the Pearl Jam albums or get his hands on the Pearl Jam albums to relearn the songs because you got to be prepared to play every single song throughout that tour.
And I'd be pissed if it's like, I spent like the entire hour, 2 hours last night learning Daughter. Now you don't want to play it, Eddie?
You bastard.
God, you son of a gun. I
quit the band.
Could have played my video games. What do you do? Come on now, brother. Whereas if you're Chumbawamba, you don't have to worry about it, right? Yeah. You just get the same set list every night.
Because that's what Stone Gossard's doing right before Pearl. He's playing like Red Dead Redemption 2.
He really is. You didn't know a big Red Dead Redemption fan. A lot of folks are very surprised about that with us, don't. All right, yesterday, Steve, he did get this, he kind of got this one right.
What is the largest Spanish-speaking city in the world?
Spain.
No.
Madrid.
No.
Mexico.
No.
City.
Yes, but too late.
I didn't finish. I had a lump in my throat.
You had a thing there?
I had a lump in my throat.
I'll give you half credit.
Yeah. Mexico. City. Yeah, okay.
Big old pregnant pop.
I would have given it to you fully, except you said Spain as an earlier guess for a city. So, no, you're not getting anything for that. See, I think out of principle, even half was too much. Even half was too much. All right, you want a shot at beating Mr. City over here? You got it.
Fight you at that. Yeah.
206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
When you go on holiday, there is no finer achievement than doing absolutely nothing. Nothing on the beach, nothing by the pool, walking kind of nowhere, and chatting about nothing. As an Expedia member, you can save up to 30% when you add a hotel to your flight. So you can have a bit more money to go out there with great ambition to do absolutely nothing. Expedia, made to travel.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender, NMLS ID 490518. Members were compensated for participation.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Okay, man. I know what you've been thinking. You're like, are we ever going to get back to normal? And I would say, well, no, because normal would be we give you a day of great music.
Yes.
But we're getting back to abnormally awesome.
3 days of rock and roll.
Pain in the grass, brother. Oh yeah, I mean we're not kidding. Labor Day weekend is. I mean, we're gonna make you work if you want to see all of this music.
And this year is the third. This is gonna age you. It's the 30-year anniversary of Alice in Chains' Dirt. So I know, Rev.
Wow,
30 years ago that record came out.
Oh, that is you people are old,
right?
Yeah.
So let's celebrate. Let's get out our walkers.
Yeah.
Mosh.
That's right.
Alice in Chains still killing it. So that'll be a lot of fun to see them on the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. And, of course, you got Incubus and Sublime at Rome on Friday. Sunday, Sammy Hagar, BJ. But let's not forget about our big BJ and Migs party to get these tickets before they sell out.
Yeah, it's a great time, man, because we give you swag. You get to have drinks and beverages, hang out with us while you're hearing some music. I mean, it is a really awesome time, and we love meeting with you rockaholics who want to come hang with us at the BJ and Migs party. So these tickets are going fast. So if you want to see us, or maybe you just want to get free food and free stuff. All the info, of course, Ticketmaster's got your tickets. All the info about the party, the BJ Migs party, all the bands, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play B Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. Scream his name, B Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B Migs, you're a loser.
It is time for B Migs, but it's Wednesday, so maybe there'll be a whacking instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right. Whack it.
And Steve, you were the Whackmaster earlier today.
Whackmaster General.
Yeah. Ooh, Whackmaster General. I like that. Give yourself a little ranking there.
That's right.
Yeah, he's rank.
Whoa. Yeah, that's mean. Let's get to our contestants today. We got Todd in Woodinville. Todd, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Bye.
For those playing at home, Todd will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Todd, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Sure am.
Whack it.
How many feet away is the free throw line from the backboard in basketball?
15.
Yes. What was Patrick Stewart's role in Star Trek The Next Generation?
Picard.
Yes. What is a male witch called?
Warlock.
Yes. Which member of the Spice Girls abruptly left the group in 1998?
Posh.
No.
Baby.
No.
Spicy.
No.
Spicy Spice.
How many years are in a score?
4.
No.
7.
No.
3.
No. What year of the early 2000s did The Bachelor begin on ABC?
2, 3, 4.
Yes, 2. Which famous singer is godmother to Miley Cyrus?
Billy Ray. No. Faith Hill.
No.
Pass.
How many points are the E and the O each worth in a Scrabble game?
1.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct.
You know what? I will never, ever be able to answer the Scrabble question. Even though you've asked them many times, I forget every time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love doing these. Because it's just a numbers game, and if you know, you know, but you don't know or care to know, apparently.
I am the lamest board gamer because I don't play chess and I don't play Scrabble.
You don't play the old school ones.
I don't play
That's
any
fine.
of them. Yeah, but it is. You kind of feel like somebody my age should at least somehow.
You've played them once, right?
Yeah, badly.
Yeah, well, you understand the concept of them. It doesn't mean you have to revisit them if you don't like them.
I don't know anything about them, really.
No, apparently.
As long as you know how to spell it, that's good enough, right?
Hey,
usually.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Do it! How many feet away is the free throw line from the backboard?
15.
Yes. What was Patrick Stewart's role in Star Trek The Next Generation?
He was a captain. Captain Picard.
Yes, thank you. What is a male witch called?
Oh, role as an acting role. Okay. Warlock.
Yes. Which member of the Spice Girls abruptly left the group in 1998?
Ginger.
Yes. How many years are in a score?
Oh, 20.
Yes.
Nice work.
What year of the early 2000s did The Bachelor begin on ABC?
2002.
Yes. Which famous singer is godmother to Miley Cyrus?
Dolly Parton.
Yes. How many points are the E and the O each worth in a Scrabble game?
5?
No.
6?
No.
9?
No. 10? No. What one-hit wonder released the 1997 hit song Barbie Girl?
Aqua.
Yes. What famous U.S. festival hosted over 350,000 fans in 1969?
That would be Woodstock.
Yes, and Steve, you win. Dolly Parton style, 9 to 5.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. Sorry, Todd, you got whacked.
You got whacked, Todd.
Yeah, not fast enough.
Nope. Didn't
Take
get
it
through
easy,
all of them
buddy.
there, but
Is this an anniversary for Woodstock?
it was like a couple days or
That's
weeks
what I thought,
ago.
because our old buddy used to be a promotions director here at The Rock. John posted on his site him standing next to like a plaque. He was in the area, I guess, in New York where it originally happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when it was. It was a couple things ago, but yeah. Still a good question, I thought.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
The only one you didn't get was just the numbers one. What are the E and the O each worth in a Scrabble game?
Yeah.
Vowels are always worth 1 point.
Come on, Steve.
So if you, don't remember that so I can ask that question again later on.
Yeah, you should, because I never do.
Yeah, so close to that perfect 10, but not correct. Congratulations.
So sorry, sir.
Dude, so we're talking about how Allison Chains is celebrating their 30th anniversary of Dirt.
We were.
And I just saw this. Someone had texted in and said, hey, did you happen to see what Funko Pop is doing? A couple days ago, they announced it. They're putting out the 30-year anniversary edition for Alice in Chains, like a pop album, deluxe album. Sorry, I can't speak. But it's the album cover, and it's the members of Alice in Chains that played on that record. So it's
whoa,
Lane Staley Pop, Jerry Cantrell, Mike Starr, and Sean Kinney.
Whoa,
and it looks awesome.
Look at that, man.
It's got the album cover. Have you seen this one, Danny?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
sick.
that's something you're not going to want to take out of the box, really.
No, the way it looks, that looks pretty badass.
Because it's got the album as well. You got the pop figures, and behind them is like a record.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really well done piece. I've never seen a Funko Pop setup display like that.
You're right. I haven't either, which means that if that sells well, it may open the door for a lot of cool themed pop boxes that will make me want to buy stuff that I already have pops of.
But if you take it out of the box, it's actually its own display.
Oh,
which is even cooler looking.
That is way
cooler. Then I would take it out of the box. I thought the box was part of the display, but that's fantastic.
Steve, are you going to get another one for your big, massive Funko Pop population over there?
At the office? I don't know. I'm looking at this thing and I really want it. It's $60 though.
Someone's got to get it for you.
You got to buy two because you got to have one in the box for money purposes in terms of maybe one day it'll be worth something and then the other one to actually set up and play with.
Or carefully take it out of the box.
That's what I've done.
Because they don't put stickers on the boxes, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I've saved all my boxes. Hope that I can trick people if I want to get rid of my stuff and put them back in.
Oh, dude, I keep the ones that are here in the office. I have in my what's supposed to be in like that little cabinet that holds jackets. It's just all the boxes.
That's funny.
And that way, if everyone's like, this one's worth a bunch of dollars, I'm like, dust it off and pop it back in there.
This I have to say
is really cool looking.
And I just want to say, as an old geek, I love that all the worlds are being mashed together like this. Like Funko has taken geekery and basically said everybody's a geek.
Yes.
Which we've kind of known.
To TV, to
sports,
it's everything.
And, that wasn't the way it was back in the day, which is why this last season of Stranger Things, and I will try not to spoil it for you, Vicky, as you're about to watch the last episode today of season 4, it takes place in a time where geeks and jocks and rock and roll people, they all really didn't kind of get along, but they were sort of starting to see there were some similarities in what they loved and the way they had the passion for what they loved. And Stranger Things has been a good show to bring all these people together as they kind of go, oh, wait, I'm a big geek over here, but you're a big geek over there. And there's a new character named Eddie who's become a really popular character from this season of Stranger Things.
That's the dude that plays Metallica, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Eddie Munson?
Yeah, Eddie Munson.
He shreds.
Dude, at first I thought everyone was talking about Eddie Munster. I'm like, geez, man, why is Eddie Munster trending? And then I click on it, it's like, oh, Eddie Munson. I'm like, it's the Munson family? I'm confused.
Yeah, well, the Munsters are...
And well, here's the thing. When I grew up, there was no way that I would be friends with what I would think with a guy like Eddie Munson.
Hellfire Club, baby.
Yeah. But Eddie, but I did have a friend who was like Eddie Munson. The dude was super cool. Everybody loved the guy, but he lived in my neighborhood. So he would get together with me so we could talk Star Trek. But he said, if you ever bring this up at school, I will kill you. Because
Probably meant it too.
Yeah, he did, because he said, look, I don't want people to know this. I'm a really cool guy, but he really loved Star Trek. And Eddie is a guy that loves Dungeons and Dragons on the show, but also is a rocker, like, playing Metallica. The guy looks exactly like a rock dude. You'd never believe he was a geeky Dungeons and Dragons guy.
And the craziest part is because of this show and the popularity of the show, that song finally cracked the top 100. It was never a top 100 hit, even though Master of Puppets is like one of the best Metallica songs. It debuted at number 40.
Shows you the power of Kate Bush's song as well, Running Up that hill. Yeah, that also is another one that, like, what is it, over 40 years old or something?
Something like that,
And it was like it's charting again because of Stranger Things.
Speaking of Stranger Things, we talked about Breaking Bad this morning in Albuquerque and how I've never seen it. Did you know that Stranger Things was filmed at my high school this last season?
What?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
And everyone keeps tagging me in it and being like, hey, does El Dorado look familiar? And I was like, I don't watch the show. I apologize.
You should probably watch it now.
Yeah, apparently it's all the high school scenes in this last season were filmed at my high school.
The first season's really good. I'll tell you that.
Which is the only season you've seen?
That's all I've seen.
Yes. Which, honestly, I'm surprised you got through a season of something scary.
It's just
it's not me that has issues with scary.
No, I know.
Steve.
I watched it without my wife.
Oh, without
That's
your
the
wife.
problem.
there you go.
This is before Tatum, where I could get away. I had extra time to do
If
things.
Steve had a different wife, who had different tastes, Steve would be up to date on a lot of things, because there are shows that he likes, but it's like, I cannot fit this into my schedule. The only way it would happen is if his wife actually liked these shows. Then you would watch all of them.
Yeah, because we only have a little bit of time at night to watch television, and obvioly,
Told you not to have kids. Told you not to do it.
Yeah, you know what?
Told you it would ruin your whole life.
Hindsight, man. You know how much wrestling I haven't seen yet?
Oh yeah, dude, I know. It's like when you guys look at me and go, "How do you not know this? How do you not know that?" I go, "Tell me when it took place. Did it take place in the 90s all the way till the late 2000s? Because my kids were of little age to teenage age, and that was my life."
I realize things have definitely changed drastically for me, because I actually got excited today when I saw that they announced that season 3 for Bluey is coming back on August 10th. And I
got excited.
I almost commented
Why are you excited? Oh, you've got your little brother, Vicky. That's right.
I almost commented on the Instagram page, "Let's effing go." And I was like, I probably shouldn't write that on the Bluey Instagram.
Fill it out fully, please.
You really should.
LFG, Bluey's back, bitches.
And I meant Steve got audibly excited because he was the one that told me about it.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, yeah. And I'm thinking,
Did you really get audibly excited?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. This has been a big
What
thing
is
amongst us
wrong with
Bluey
you?
fans. Is like, when the hell is season 3 coming? August 10th.
I don't see. I don't remember this. I don't remember me caring about my kids' shows, like the Wild Thornberrys and Rugrats and all that. I know my kids loved them, and Doug and all of that stuff, and Football Head Guy, whatever. Hey Arnold. I remember all those shows. I remember all those shows, but I never got excited. Like, oh, there's a new season. Even I pretended with my kids around, like, oh yeah, no, that's great. Barney's great.
Well, because you keep seeing the same episodes, and so you're like, I do like this show. I mean, look,
Dude, you were Vicky, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited was he?
7.5 to 8.
Okay, your kid's not in the room. You shouldn't be that excited.
Fair.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. If your kid's in the room, put on a show, make like it's the best thing ever.
Bluey rocks, because every once in a while it's just like,
don't say that.
All right,
No.
fine.
Bluey rocks.
Yes.
I want to go back.
She's awesome.
Someone create a time machine so I could go back and talk to Steve when he's passing out, getting pierced, going, hey, guess what you're going to say?
There's some episodes that I would enjoy of Bluey, because every once in a while they just end up in space floating around, because I think they did acid. I don't know.
Dude, I'd throw stones like BJ is. However, I'm really excited for the Zombies 3, which is coming out on Disney Channel this Friday. It's a Disney Channel movie about zombies, and it's coming. And Lily's so excited. I want to see what happens. I've watched the first 2 with her.
Right.
We sing the songs. I'm ready to watch the third one.
This is basically like a cheerleader jock.
Yeah, it's like
humans versus like the rocker goth kids that are the zombies.
It's like High School Musical, like
the kid show.
Brought to today. But I want to watch it, and I know all the words to all the songs.
Okay, then.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it without her.
Texts are coming. Bluey's a great show. Shut it, BJ. Another person. Dude, Bluey's coming back. Another person. Oh, F yeah, love Bluey. Can't wait. From our friend Red. Bluey is amazing.
I'm sorry, but would you be watching these shows if you didn't have kids, and would you be jumping up and down like this?
I wouldn't have known about these shows if I didn't have a kid.
Yeah,
exactly.
This whole world is opened up. The amazingness of it you would not know about.
Here's what I would like to say. I would like, because I won't do this, but Danny and Rev, have you watched Bluey, Danny?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And?
It's great.
Rev, are you wanting to put time into this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'll let Rev do it. Yeah. And then, Rev, you give us a report.
A better person.
What's Bluey on now?
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Oh, even better.
Because I refuse to do it. I refuse to watch this fine show. You can ask, maybe see if Joey Dees or Sarah will do it too, because they don't have,
I bet Joe would be down with what. Oh, Sarah says yes as well.
Joey, there's usually no time travel, so you should like it.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to go to space. BJ, you'll love it.
87% audience score Bluey on Rotten Tomatoes.
I would imagine the audience is kids, right?
Well, yeah, but then the adults enjoy it because they have to watch it with their kids. I understand what you're saying.
I just looked up Bluey, one of the articles out an hour ago. I am an adult, and I am thrilled that Bluey season 3 is finally coming out.
Is it really that good?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's some kids shows where somebody's watching it and you just want to slam your head into the wall. They're just so annoying or so creepy.
Right. Someone said Bluey's an awesome show, and there's thousands of adults that are excited for season 3 U.S. premiere. That's the best part. Is whenever Bluey will put up not Bluey, the actual character, of course, but their social media page will post anything. It's inevitable that someone's like, dude, when is season 3 coming out?
So let me just say this. Let's say, your daughter. Okay, when this comes out, let's say your daughter and mom decide they're going to go take a trip for 2-3 months, and they're just going to go travel the country. But then here's Bluey on Disney Plus. Are you sitting down watching it by yourself?
No, because I've already seen every episode.
No, the new season.
Oh, I would definitely watch it.
You'd watch it by yourself?
At least one. Yeah.
Wow.
Also, so are you going Bluey or Peppa Pig?
Oh, dude, I go back and forth. I'm more of a Bluey kind of. I'm more of a fan of Bluey.
Fair.
But Peppa Pig's pretty awesome. I did not like Peppa Pig at first because I felt like it was a ripoff, only to find out that actually Bluey was the ripoff of Peppa Pig.
Oh, look at that twist!
Wait, they're actually ripoffs? Like they're the same show?
Oh, someone who worked for who was a part of Peppa Pig.
How you look at me like I should know, like it's a Real Housewives or something. You look at me like, how did you not know this drama? You just gave me such a look like, oh, come on, dude, you don't understand this. This is like, everybody knows this.
Yeah, somebody who ever worked on Peppa Pig then left.
I can't do
and
it.
then started doing Bluey, I think. And it's basically like Peppa Pig's the British version or the UK version, and then Bluey's like an Australian version of it.
So here's the guys who did it, Joe Brum. It's exactly what it was.
This is going to be my world in 2024. This will be my world in 2024 because Sarah's already put out the feelers that, to my wife. Because my wife was like, I really would like to get a dog. I wish I could have a dog.
Don't get a dog, get a grandchild.
And Sarah told her. Sarah said, see, just hold your horses. You'll have something really cute and cuddly soon. And I'm like,
is she
what?
pregnant?
No, but I feel like as soon as March hits, we're probably going to have like a winter baby in 2023 is what I think.
I feel this is a shotgun wedding.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sarah's really like, I will not get pregnant until I'm married, which is why she's basically put the shotgun to the marriage herself. But she wants to have a kid.
So it's like day after the wedding.
Oh yeah, I think probably during the wedding. I mean,
during the wedding.
Yeah.
That's
the
honeymoon's for, right?
Let me know. I'll go grab a drink at that moment.
Yeah. As soon as they say I do, she's going to do.
It's going to happen on the dance floor.
I do.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, it is Vegas, Danny. I mean, it probably will be part of the wedding.
Cut the cake, throw the garter, make the baby.
Consummate the wedding, yeah.
All in one. It's a full meal deal.
Sure is. In wedding, they do it all in one chapel.
It's crazy in Vegas.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be living this horror. I know it. Oh, watching all these shows.
Yep, wackadoo.
Is that a thing from Bluey?
Yes.
Oh, God. Look at you, so proud of yourself. I don't know who I'm working with. You're not the man that I started this job with.
You're absolutely right. I've become a dad.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, please anything.
Wackadoo.
You guide the damn non-wackadoo show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts. We'll take those at 9:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. This is your opportunity. Whatever topic you want to talk about, you get to. But remember, Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we got to gong ya. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
It's going to be a very distracting one because you have to keep up on all the hashtags to see what's going on in the world of free agency signing for the NHL.
Oh, right? Yeah, this is your time of year. It's like a hot. What they call it the hot stove league in baseball. Do they have any fun name like that for hockey?
Free agency.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
That's easy enough. Yeah,
salt of the earth.
Should there be like a hot bench league or something?
It's called free agency 2022.
Okay, there we go.
We already picked up a guy.
Very catchy. Whoa, we just got somebody?
Yep, for a 2-year deal. I think $3 million. Justin Schultz. He's a guy that played for the Capitals. He's a defenseman, pretty good player. Definitely not like a star player I think he's kind of like, in the middle of the pack over in Washington, but I think he'll do really well here. He moves the puck around, scores. That's a good thing.
How about that? If you're just an okay player in the NHL, you can make $1.5 million a year.
Well, and also, sometimes like you're kind of buried in maybe like a lot of depth, and then you come here where they definitely need a good right-handed defenseman. He'll probably get more opportunities, more ice time, and probably be a better production. I hope.
I feel like we thought we were going to get more out of our defense last year than we did,
and we didn't.
Yeah, so that I feel like at this point probably an upgrade.
And rumor has it that they're going to be grabbing Martin Jones, the goalie that played in Philly. He's definitely on the downside of his career, but he's being brought on clearly so that way they have insurance because obviously Drieger's injured and he's not going to be back for at least half of the year, if not more. So he'll be a serviceable backup if Decord, that young kid that they have in the minors, isn't yet ready to step up to becoming a pro guy.
You see that, in a lot of sports where, somebody has a lot of promise, but man, you just have to get used to the speed of the major league level.
Yeah, and he played decent at the times that he came up last year, but he wasn't yet ready to be a guy that they would use a bunch. So Jones is not a bad one. He's not going to take over the top spot, but he's a good guy to have.
Yeah, as somebody that can give Groovy a spell. That's what you need. Somebody to give Groovy a spell and can keep you in games. Hopefully, that's really all you need.
That's right. There you go. So far, that's what's going on in the world. And who knows what's going to happen after that. But at least they already grabbed somebody, and they grabbed something that they needed, which was a defenseman.
It is so cool because we go from this, once this is over, then we get into the trade deadline because, a lot of teams might start making deals. And it could be that, with the way the Mariners go into Poto goes, it could be that they've already kind of they might make deals even before the trade deadline because they picked up what's his face. I'm forgetting I'm blanking on his name. The guy that hit the home run that made
Carlos Santana.
Yeah, so they picked him up. So it's not always right at the trade deadline when teams do what they do. So it's going to be interesting to see what Jerry DiPoto does. So that's exciting right after the hockey, hot stove league, if you will, and then we get into the baseball trade deadline. The Mariners are definitely not going to be sellers. I just can't see them being sellers.
No, that'd be nuts.
I know, but you don't know if they're going to be buyers. They could be sort of finaglers, is what I'm going to call them. They're not going to be buyers. They're going to be finaglers because they just don't have the money like some other teams to just rent somebody for a year, pay all that crazy money. Like Kyle Schwarber went and became a free agent. The Red Sox picked him up last year, and then boom, gone, and they gave up whatever they gave up for him. I don't think the Mariners can do something like that.
All right, this has nothing to do with sports, but has to do with movies. Have you guys seen the new Rob Zombie Monsters movie trailer? It dropped this morning.
I haven't.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And?
No.
It looks so stupid.
Oh, no.
I don't mean to sound negative,
but here we go.
This could be the worst movie trailer I've ever seen for a big budget film.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And the Monsters...
It can't be a big budget film.
Oh, he's making it look like it's old-timey.
Decent budget. It's the month. I feel like they're putting... you might be right, Rev. Maybe
this is dollar store, man. This is not a good movie.
I guess I expected more with Rob Zombie, and then we saw the picture, and the little teaser picture looked awesome.
Yeah, the teaser picture looked really good. Oh, boy, Rob.
The acting looks terrible.
Oh, boy. Wow.
One of my buddies said he's going to go see it because he thinks it quite possibly might be the worst movie that's ever been created, and he wants to be a part of history.
I mean, that's fair. I will probably do the exact same just because I had high expectations for the same as you. Because it's like you thought he'd make it a little creepy, a little campy, but it looks
like ass.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted out there that it looks like a commercial for a theme park Halloween night takeover.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it doesn't look fun. And I haven't been impressed with Rob Zombie movies ever since House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, maybe I just created this high expectation because of how well he did originally.
Yeah,
but see, but speaking on the other side of that, I did enjoy his remakes of Halloween, and it was not saying that they were the best things ever, but I enjoyed them because they were they just did something for me. I don't know what.
Did we need an origin story about Herman Munster?
But that's what
this movie is about.
Yeah, that's the problem. As I'm watching the trailer, it's like, oh, we're getting origin stories? Okay. Though the dude playing Herman, it's amazing how much he looks like him.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound like him.
Not at all.
No, he's got like a weird squeaky voice. It's not cool, man.
Oh, that's not cool, man.
He has the laugh, and they do the laugh at the end, so you get that dumb, goofy laugh that he had. But everything else, it feels like Munsters from Wish.
And it also looks like Munsters. Like what wacky thing can we put the Munsters in? Just based on the different scenes they're showing.
Yeah. Now, BJ, you grew up with it.
I did.
So I would like you to watch it just to see if maybe it gets that same vibe, because I remember it growing up as well, but I don't remember it even back then being this cheesy.
It was. Here's the thing. Camp was a thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally.
So
like Batman. It's campy like Batman.
Yeah.
But there was. What I loved about the Munsters is that, Fred Gwynne, who played Herman, was a good actor. Al Lewis was a good character actor. Yvonne DiCarlo, I think, was Lily. So these people were good actors, and they did a good job with the role, where there were moments where Eddie Munster had issues and whatever, and they had heartwarming moments in the midst of this ridiculous show. Also, the Universal monsters were a lot more popular than they are now. That's the other thing too. And that when I say Universal monsters, you're talking about Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, all that kind of stuff. So it was at the right time, in the 60s, really campy. We had already seen some other campy, like, Gilligan's Island and stuff like that. So it worked. It just worked. It was black and white. And it was different than the Addams Family too. They had their own separate vibe, and both shows really worked.
But see, that to that point, I was going to say that the difference between Addams Family and Munsters was that it was like the sillier, it was like the Brady Bunch version of the Addams Family. Because I used to watch it when I was a kid with my mom, and I used to enjoy it along with like the Brady Bunch. Whereas like from this trailer alone, it just doesn't seem like it has. It doesn't seem like it even has like the Brady Bunch quality to it, because like you said, they would tackle real life issues, and they just weren't doing that.
And Herman, here's this guy in this ridiculous outfit, and all of a sudden he's got to sit down with little Wolf Boy, and they've got to make you believe like little Wolf Boy, little Eddie is going through hell, and they got to make you believe that Herman actually is a caring parent.
Right.
And Fred Gwynne pulled that off. He was able to pull that off because he was a good actor. And I don't know who Rob Zombie got for this, but it's like he's just not at the level of Fred Gwynne, because Fred was an established actor, on television, and he was good at his job.
Jeff Daniel Phillips.
Yeah,
Jeff Daniels?
No, there's a Phillips at the end there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably watch it just because of the nostalgia.
When it's free, I'll watch it.
And sometimes you just want to see something so bad it might be good.
I'm looking forward to see what you think of it, because if you like it, then I'll know it's not good.
Watch it come out and it'd be like the best movie.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog, where I went into it fully expecting that this was going to be a pile in it, and thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
If this is one of those opposite trailers, where trailers sometimes you watch it and think the movie's going to be amazing, and then it stinks, this might be the other way around.
So it's a $30 to $40 million budget for the Munsters. Not huge, but bigger than the trailer suggests.
Yeah, it just looks bad.
Yeah, and
isn't that funny that $30 million is really not like a big budget?
I don't know if I would have done this movie. I mean, I don't know.
I would do it, but do it right.
I don't know if you can, Steve. I don't know how to do it right. I mean, even as much.
That's why they have professionals to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We don't want a BJ made movie.
Well, but I mean, I sometimes look at movies that are redone, things that are rebooted, going, did we need this really? Like, Westworld, I thought was perfect to reboot. Because they could make it, timely, and I think they have done that. Munsters, I'm like, I don't know. Are we clamoring? And like, is there any reason? Do we think?
But I was legit excited when I saw the picture, found out who was directing. I'm like, this could be interesting, and it just seems.
Sorry.
I mean, maybe the trailer's not doing it justice.
But the Addams Family show that's coming out, was it Wednesday show? Is it called Wednesday?
Yeah, that looks interesting.
They've been able to. They've been able to do so much more with the Addams Family license than the Munsters have for some reason. The Addams Family has been able to be rebooted a lot, and people have liked it.
But we haven't seen any trailer. We've just seen like a very, very basic teaser.
Yeah, they've been like super teasers at this point. Yeah, nothing big.
And I love Tim Burton and for what he's done, but like at the same time, I am also cautiously optimistic with this one, because he can go off on like some random ways, and I'm just like, what are you doing, man?
And he's kind of an older guy now. Like, it was revolutionary the way he made movies, but a lot of years have passed. I get a little worried about that with Clerks 3. I mean, that just dropped with Kevin Smith, and I'm hoping I like it. But, Kevin's been making movies for a long time, and I know I'm going to like him, but you wonder about the younger crowd that, has younger filmmakers. Because when he made Clerks 1, he was that revolutionary new filmmaker because he was like, he broke the mold of what people were doing at the time. People like him, of course, Quentin Tarantino, but these guys
There's a charm to it, too. He paid for it with his credit cards and all that. And Clerks 2, I did not hate. Like, honestly,
I enjoyed it.
I was expecting it not to be anything special. And I was like, this was a super fun film. So I have decent expectations for Clerks 3.
See, I liked Tusk. I just like Kevin Smith movies.
Like all those weird movies. Those were just too out there.
I love Tusk. I really did.
Strange.
I really appreciated Tusk a lot. I know nobody did. But see, I'm a Kevin Smith whore. I will like I will like almost anything that Kevin does.
You're honest.
Yeah. I mean, so that's why I can't be a good judge. Like, is it really a good movie? Because I'm always going to go, I love Kevin Smith's movies.
Hey, someone texted in. Good news. Mariners are up 3-0 right now.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I forgot they're playing.
First inning.
Yeah.
They came out swinging, baby.
Well, they got to, man. The Nationals are not good.
You know what? They got 2 games against them today.
Yeah. Well, let's hope for the best, man.
It is Mariner Day.
Mariner Day, buddy. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic. You guide the show, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Get a lot of texts about this. Someone says, hey, today's the last day of Prime Day. Did you guys get anything? My wife got a bunch of baby stuff, and I got 10 pounds of filament for my 3D printer. Also, BJ, I got my settings pretty good, so I should be starting your counters pretty soon from Justin in Ferndale.
Thank you, Justin. Neat. Appreciate that. I abstained. I have really, because I'm an Amazon guy, and I am abstaining, like, just because I'm like, look, dude, you got to be good. You got to be somewhat good with your money. And what do I need?
This is the best time to go for your money. Everything's like 60% off.
Yeah. Well, if I need something, they have, yes. But honestly, the stuff that Amazon's like, hey, you love this stuff? Check it out, Prime Day. I'm like, I don't need it, though. Do I need another board game? Do I need,
Yes, of course you do, yes.
Yeah.
We did make a purchase.
What'd you do?
Ooh. We got a new inflatable pool. It had a hole in it, so it deflated.
Oh, no!
But the timing couldn't have been better because yesterday was Prime Day, and so we got ourselves a pool for a lot cheaper than it was supposed to be. So for like $30, we got a brand new kid pool, and it's a giant watermelon.
Nice.
And it has a straw, Rev. It's awesome. The straw, you hook it up to a hose, and it sprays.
Oh, that is cool.
For $30, I applaud that decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you get like one summer's are you kidding me?
Dude, that's pretty much what my thing is. Like, if we could get 1 year out of an inflatable pool, that I think we're doing okay. Here, Rev, I don't know if you can see it from.
Oh my God, that looks.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Like it. That is so cool.
If you look at the pictures on Amazon, it does fit 2 Instagram models in it too.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's not photoshopped at all.
They don't come with it.
Well, I mean, half of them because the other half is clearly
the worst
invisible.
Photoshop.
Oh yeah, they have no legs.
So bad.
And those poor women.
They just took 2 hot chicks and they put it in the kiddie pool, which is odd in itself because I thought this was supposed to be for kids, but whatever. And it's clear that they just photoshopped them like on a beach and put them in like the water and then photoshopped a giant slice of watermelon in one of the girls' hands.
You're right. That is the worst Photoshop I've ever seen.
If you just type kiddie pools inflatable watermelon, you'll find the picture on Amazon. It's so bad.
Still, it makes me think I can have that kind of life. Yeah,
now I'm starting to question if these kids are really in the pool.
They're probably not.
No, those kids
got to be kidding me.
The whole thing.
They're not.
Yeah, and you know what? They're not even in the yard. That's not even a yard.
What is going on here? I might have bought something that's not even any good.
I cannot wait until you get this and it's itty bitty.
Oh, it better not be.
It's going to be like a little foot pool.
All right, I'll go look at the reviews. Oh, okay, it actually is a pool.
Okay, good.
I like when the reviewers post pictures.
Okay, yeah, that's what you got to look at.
But putting models with half a body in there, it does make you think like you could get 2 adults in there, and I'm not too sure you can.
Really pay attention to
that's
all
not
that
right.
stuff.
Yeah, I think mom or dad and Tatum could fit in this pool. But not mom and dad.
No. Unless you're willing to like do the old magic trick and saw yourself in half, it's not going to happen.
Right? Also, but yeah, if it could last for the summer, I'm happy to.
Danny, Vicky, Rev, have you guys succumbed to Prime Day?
No. Yep, I did.
Oh.
I bought a new Rainbow Room thing.
That Rainbow Room is like your guilty pleasure.
It's so much fun just to buy things that accentuate it. But this time I got a star projector.
Oh, those are cool. I have one of those.
Yeah, so it's one that comes off with it's got it says 16 million colors, rotatable. It's got clouds, stars, scenes, and it works with smart apps and stuff like that.
Oh,
because I've got an Alexa in the room now to play music, so I can attach it to that and it'd be like, I don't know, like Alexa, make the stars shine or something.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it goes with that cloud setup in your room already.
Oh,
right?
yes, exactly. And so it was like 60% off. So I asked the wife very nicely because she's the one with the Prime account, and she did approve, so I was able to get it.
I have one of those for Lily because she likes to look up at the stars when she falls asleep, and it was such a hit, like in terms of like how much it helped as opposed to a nightlight.
Dude, we have like a little. It looks like an owl, and it makes like white noise or bird noises, and it also shoots off little stars on the ceiling, and it's an awesome. Like Tatum loves that thing, right? So
you really should get one that just puts like a chessboard on there and make your kid think they're Queen's Gambit, and you can make some money off it.
But the problem was we meant it. That's exactly the one. The skip hop baby.
I love how Vicky, you just say something and Vicky knows where to go to get it.
Right. Well,
owl kid.
I asked Vicky to look up an article on the internet. It takes her 10 days. But you know what? Get a baby owl. You can find it.
You asked me to look up boring stuff. This is cool.
Yeah, right. It's owls that shoot out lights out of its head.
You know what? Why don't you both get a job for Amazon?
The hard part, though, is when we went to Leavenworth, we meant to pack it, and we forgot. Oh. And so she's like, where are my stars? Where are my stars?
Oh, you're
my gosh. How do we do? Is there an app? And, of course, there's not an app that will project stars on your ceiling.
Wow. So she's already at the place of making demands.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have none of these fancy projectors when we were kids.
I almost got something else because Vicky showed it to me. I got all excited. It's the Yonana soft serve ice cream. It's like you can make soft serve ice cream out of bananas and fruits.
What?
And it's so I got all excited. I'm like, oh, babe, we should get this thing. It's like this Yonana.
Yeah, okay.
And she replies, goes, yes, we have a blender. I was like, oh, I guess it is. It's basically a blender.
It's a blender that freezes, though, right? Your blender doesn't freeze.
No, you put frozen fruit in it.
Yeah.
It's got to be frozen in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a blender.
Yeah. But this thing says it does it different than a blender. And she's like, it's pretty much a blender.
Yeah, well,
she's like, you are such your father. And that would be exactly what my dad would do. He bought all the as seen on TV things and maybe used them once. It's like, we do not need another appliance.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was like, but it's 13% off.
Oh, well, if it's 13% off, your wife is crazy.
We can make
you can make pies. You can make a Yonana pie with it.
You can make whatever you want with it, BJ.
Yeah. Oh, really? Can you make like a 3D printer? I can put whatever I want on there? Yeah. All right, fine. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone said, I just looked up the pool. What in the literal F LOL of the Photoshop of the two models in the watermelon pool.
Yeah.
Another text said, that is the worst Photoshop I've ever seen in an ad. Those models are clearly smaller size too.
Yeah. They're smaller size and half their bodies aren't there, but they'll fit in there.
I trust it more with Amazon, but at the same time, it's like I bought stuff like that on a whim because it was like, oh, that looks kind of cool, and then it takes 3 years to get here.
Yes,
and it's like, what's happening?
Yes, it came from China.
Yeah,
and they had to send it over like a flock of pigeons flew it over.
That is the tough part of Amazon. Is like, where is it coming from them or coming from one of their partners? What is happening here?
You don't know until you realize you haven't gotten it for a while.
Yeah, right.
And you know.
So for Prime Day, I'm an Amazon driver, so I get to deliver 321 packages today. Yay, deals. Sarcasm. Ooh. It's hot.
Oh, sorry about that, dude.
Well, I'm doing my part there, Prime driver. I haven't ordered a thing.
And I leave out snacks for you, so
You still doing that? You leaving out snacks?
Yep. I had to put it in a new container because the kids kept stealing them.
You leave out popsicles now because it's hot?
What do you have, like an Amazon locker for the Amazon drivers?
No, it's just like it's a container with like an actual cover with it with a cute little picture that says, thank you for what you do.
And that keeps the kids from stealing it? Because I'd still steal that.
Well, yeah, because you have to lift it up so they have more time on camera so I could see the face.
I would dress up as a delivery driver if I was a kid.
That's a good call.
Dude, how cool
like
would
2
that
or 3
be?
kids in a trench coat situation.
Yeah, like exactly. Like you're like 4 foot tall. I kind of know you're not the driver.
I'd wear a brown T-shirt and brown shorts. How are you going to tell?
Yeah.
I draw like UPS on with,
I bet if you go on UPS, I could get a UPS outfit.
Wait, Vicky, do you not let UPS get the snacks? Is it just Amazon people?
No, it's all delivery. Like the little picture
so
I
you
have
just-
has a little bit of
okay.
everything.
Here's Rev. Rev goes, wait, what delivery company? Get
we were
out
talking
here.
about Amazon.
Get out of here,
FedEx?
buddy.
Yeah, good luck.
Hey, FedEx,
no.
no snacks for you.
Yeah. How about you deliver your packages on time? Then you can get a snack.
I really want to see Vicky just chasing the kids who are taking her candy. I would pay those kids to take the candy just to see the Vicky running out on her porch.
It's not even that. Like I caught the kid who stole the entire basket, and I literally just opened the door and looked at him like, "Hi." You don't even have to say anything. They know what they did, and they walk back.
I'm
with their
paying
tails.
those kids. I want them just to
You
be.
should pay me. I want snacks and money. So
All right, Danny, I'm going to pay you to go up to Vicky's house and just steal all of her snacks.
All right, perfect.
That's so funny. Someone just texted in and said, "Hey, that inflatable watermelon pool that you're getting on Amazon for $30 is over $100. It's over $200 on Wayfair."
What?
Really?
Yeah, they said
What
it's
are you paying?
$245 on Wayfair. $30.
Oh my God, that's
What
an
in the
insane
hell is
price
going
reduction.
on? Maybe it's made out of real watermelons.
Oh, that could be it. And maybe
No, that one comes with the models.
The models are real.
But this is a half-ass version of it, and this one's $152.
That doesn't look. And that's a horrible version. You're getting a better one.
Yeah, I'm
than
getting
that.
the one that shoots a sprinkler out of a straw.
Plus, that doesn't look
And it
like
comes
a
with Instagram
watermelon.
models.
That looks like a Pepto Bismol with chocolate chip pool.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, man. It better come with the Instagram models for $245.
Dude, you're getting a better deal.
Hell yeah.
You want
Prime Day, bitch.
Jeez. I think that's their new slogan. Prime Day, bitch. Nice going. Jesse Pinkman is now in charge of Amazon Prime Day. It's Prime Day, bitch.
I'm excited, man. It comes on Saturday.
Listen, I'm happy for you.
I almost want to get, because they have like a splash pad that's a watermelon, and they have a giant like ball that shoots a sprinkler.
Why don't you make the whole yard watermelon?
That's what I'm thinking, like a giant watermelon theme.
What would that cost you? Probably under $200 to make your whole yard watermelon on Prime Day.
I'll call it Watermelon World.
Watermelon.
I like this.
Nice, I like that.
With the melon in parentheses, so it's Water World.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, fancy. Nice.
Like
Or you could call it
Costner.
Melon World and have a whole different theme.
Whoa, yeah.
Hey.
That's if you have those.
I'm sure your wife will have no problem with Melon World.
Right.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
So it says, BJ sounds just as excited talking about the Addams Family as Migs was talking about Bluey, except Bluey is way better. Wackadoo from Red.
Okay. All right, Red.
I like how we have Bluey trolls
Yeah,
now.
I don't know how to respond to Red.
The Rock needs to be on Bluey now for the perfect trolling of BJ.
That would be incredible. If his daughter liked it, he could work his way into it.
Oh, yeah, he'd be on the show. What are you kidding me? Of course they'd have him on Bluey.
Earlier we were talking about Mimo's, the Mexican food place that Red gets the Washington burrito that has French fries in it. And someone texted and said, hey, Mimo's Washington burrito is awesome. Even better if you have it deep fried.
Ooh, that's a chimichanga, right?
That sounds healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know if you're getting a burrito that has French fries in it. You're actually aiming for health.
But at some point, don't you try to at least make a choice?
Seriously, no. Mimo's is amazing because they're open 24/7 and you can get them delivered. So, like, if you're through like a DoorDash or Uber Eats or whichever, and it's like the Washington burrito is amazing, and the carne asada fries, if you're a meat eater, are so fantastic.
I wonder what the calorie count is for a deep fried French fried burrito.
You don't worry about that.
You just eat
It's
it.
got to be 4,000
when you're
calories.
getting a delivery for it, you don't even think about that.
All right, I want to do a Price is Right. I don't know if we put it on their site, but it's got to be close to $4,000. 4 grand calories, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, you're not going into this thinking about calories.
Well,
this is like one of those, like, we're going balls out.
But if you have the option of getting the regular or the deep fried, some point you make a choice, don't you? No,
well, some people maybe don't want that hard shell.
Okay,
you know what I mean. They want like the burrito, like the tortilla.
Yeah,
and they do not have calories on their online.
Yeah, that's even scarier, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you
they
don't
understand.
even want to know.
It's deliciousness. That's
it is so good.
Yeah, because more often than not, like if I go to Taco Bell, I don't want a hard taco. I want a soft taco.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
true.
So, I mean, deep fried would be fun every once in a while, but I think I still want the regular burrito, too.
See, I guess I didn't understand what deep fried meant. I thought it was going to have a batter around it.
Have you ever had a chimichanga?
I thought I did, but is that
literally
deep-fried?
a deep fried burrito.
Yeah.
Just to take the whole burrito and just put it in the deep fryer.
Oh, wow.
It just kind of crisps up.
It's going to look like an egg roll.
Oh,
a giant egg roll.
Oh, my God, yes.
As big as your head.
And I try not to get deep fried egg rolls all the time for that reason.
Is there any, I guess you get like the fresh spring rolls.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are good.
I mean,
Those
they're
are
good.
great, yeah.
It's, you're trying to, again, it is about choices, guys. As you know, in my life, I wouldn't be on
understand.
every medicine known to man if I made better choices.
Might I recommend not getting a burrito with French fries in it then? Deep fried or not.
Probably even a good.
Oh, you live your life. You do what you want to do.
No, that's not the answer I need. We have a big question that has to be answered beyond whether I should get a deep fried or regular French fry burrito. What do Ryan Castle and your cell phone have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and your cell phone have in common?
It is absolutely filthy.
I agree.
Your phone's the nastiest thing you got.
Oh, dude, my wife will follow me around with like a wet wipe and always clean my phone. I'm like, why? She's like, the thing is, you take it to the bathroom with you. It's disgusting.
Well, that's what I do with Ryan Castle. I follow him around with a wet wipe. I mean,
I take Ryan to the bathroom with me. It's disgusting.
Again, that's why I both. So this.
And then the wet wipe.
There was a recent poll that asked people this question. Say you were driving to work today and realized you forgot your phone at home. How far away would you have to be before you would not go back for your phone?
Dude, I did it a couple of weeks ago, and there's construction in my neighborhood, and I'm like, I'm not turning around and going back. It was maybe 7 or 8 blocks, and I regretted it the entire time because, as you know, you need your phone to get into our building now.
Oh, right.
Dude, I'd have to turn around right at the station because I tried texting or I can't text anybody. I wouldn't have my phone.
Yeah, I would. No matter how far away, I would turn around. I'd have.
I regretted it. I will always turn around now. That was a big mistake.
I would say on average, though, probably once I get on the freeway.
All right. Fair enough. The average is 10 minutes away, at least according to this poll. If people are more than 10 minutes away from their phone, they'll just leave it. Me? No, I would go back. I wouldn't come to work. I'm sorry, you guys can't make it.
I'm taking the day off.
I need a personal day.
Ryan Castle, you don't need a wet wipe for his 12-pack. We know that is clean, and that's coming up.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Those are the best.
Those are so good.
Strawberry shortcakes.
That's all I would order for the longest time, but I always would end up with like the Choco Taco. What was your guys' order?
Dude, yeah, Choco Taco was the bomb.
Is that Choco Taco?
It's Choco
I call
Taco.
it Choco Chocolate.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, okay. So Vicky's like,
So in my head, I call it Choco
Vicky
Taco.
goes out there and legits it and says, I love the Choco Taco. And
I was like, look, I'm not here to king shame you. With your Choco Taco.
Choco Taco.
That's a whole
that
different.
costs extra.
Yeah, it does.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.